Hello, 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 my darlings. How art thou? Come on in. Come on in. Happy Thursday to everyone. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Let me see what's going on here in the chat. Yeah, thank you all for giving me a couple minutes. I needed to eat because if I didn't eat now, I probably wasn't going to eat until about 2 o'clock. And I've been up since about 6:30 this morning. So 6:30, 6:45. Yeah, so I needed to eat. So thank you all for bearing with me. Let's see who's here. Let's see, Brittany is here. Dr. Johari, yes. Mel, yes. Kev, how you doing, Kev? Yes, definitely hit that like button. I would surely appreciate it. My homegirl, my boo, my fellow Pisces, Lilith. All right. Mel laughing at me, feet in my face. Yes, yes, yes. And I made sure to eat. That was good carne asada taco bowl. Okay. Carne asada taco bowl. So it was delicious. Delicious. Empress, Donna, Timley. Yes. Joanna, CN1. Yes, 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 yes. Haha. Yeah. Yeah. Happy Jove, happy Jupiter Day. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, that taco bowl was great. We made our own charro beans. Well, we didn't make anything. I washed off the vegetables. Okay. And I took out the meat and cleaned the meat. But other than that, I had no hand in making that dinner. Oh, yes, I did. I made the guacamole. Mr. Hoodoo cut the meat. He made the tomatillo marinade for the meat. He cooked it in the cast iron skillet. He made charro beans, seasoned those up good, right? I think I cut the tomatoes. Okay. And like I said, I made guacamole. That is my contribution to the meal. So I just had a bowl of carne asada and charro beans and guacamole because I'm cutting out carbs. So that was delicious. Y'all remember the meme. Y'all remember the meme of Baby Yoda of Grogu standing there with your spatchy spatch, waiting to stir something. Yeah, that's me. So shout out to my husband, shout out to Mr. Hoodoo because he really is an amazing cook. He really is an amazing cook. I keep telling him to like open up a food truck or like get a restaurant or something like that. He makes a peach cobbler cheesecake from hand that is absolutely amazing. I keep telling him to do it, but he's the type of person he likes to cook for people that he loves. He says he doesn't want to take the love and joy out of it by making a business, but I'm telling you, if he would ever open up a food truck or start slinging his cheesecakes, I'll be able to pay for all of us to go to Dubai. Okay, because people will be buying it. And that is nothing but the truth. Okay. So yes. I did say carne asada. Yeah. So I was sous chef. I made sure I turned on the TV. I turned the TV from the living room. It's on a swivel mounted on the wall. I turned the TV, towards the kitchen. I put on some good entertainment, while he was cooking. Because he really is an amazing cook. I mean, I can cook. He is an amazing, amazing cook. So I take all those food pictures I show you all, that's him cooking. So I give him all the credit because my belly be full and I like a full belly. So we eat good over here. So yeah. So, yes, a peach cobbler cheesecake. Listen, listen, listen. Delish. Okay. Delish. Okay. So, yeah, today's topic is the kingdom marriage. And I don't know if everyone saw the premiere that I did yesterday with regards to the kingdom marriage. If you haven't, make sure you go back and watch that. But, like I said, I would, y'all remember the video from the other day when we went down the rabbit hole and we saw the foolishness, that's where I saw the term kingdom marriage. So I'm like, what is kingdom marriage? I did a quick little YouTube search. And like I said, that was a mess. That was a mess. And I'm just like, kingdom marriage, where does that come from? I never even heard that. Now, granted, I'm not Christian. So, this is a Christian concept. Um, and not only is a Christian concept, from what I've seen, it's a concept that was presented by one person from what I have seen so far. His name is Tony Evans. I think he is the leader of the Oak Cliff um, church. It's a mega church. Um, so therein lies some interesting energy there. Um, yeah, yeah. He is the pastor of Oak Cliff Bible Fellowship in Dallas, Texas. Okay, that's his mega church in Dallas. You know, um, he's doing what I guess he's supposed to do. But yeah, so this kingdom marriage concept, it's very interesting to me. But what I see about it is that energetically, to me, and just to me, it's nothing more than you will submit foolishness. And the way that it's been, because there's just a bit of, okay, accountability for men in that, a lot of women have rolled with it. Okay. In the way that women have rolled with this, right? We see the desperation, we see the delusion, and now we see people running with this the same way that people sling relationship readings and twin flame readings and soulmate readings on YouTube. Okay, so when I first saw it, I'm just like, okay, the energetics, but I'm like, this is nothing but foolishness. And like I said, I was confirmation, because like I said, if you look it up on YouTube, you see how people are literally just saying anything, and claiming kingdom marriage and all this other foolishness. So we are going to get into it. Yeah. So, all right. So let me get ready to share my screen. Okay. So, and one of the things, and I don't even know where to start with this. Um, One of the things with this is that he emphasizes, or the term emphasizes, marriage being a covenant and not a contract. So maybe we will start there. So let me share my screen. Hey, Sunray. Hey, Flora. Yeah, yeah. So let's go here. So I pulled it up. I pulled it up. Now, like I said, again, I'm not Christian. I'm not Christian. So again, this is not a knock to anyone who is Christian. You choose what's best for you. But looking at this, okay, contracts and covenants are distinct in their formation, enforceability, termination, and purpose. Okay. Distinct in their formation, enforceability, termination, and purpose. Okay. Contracts are legally binding agreements with defined terms and conditions, while covenants are more about personal or spiritual commitments, often lacking legal enforceability. Okay. And I want everyone to think of this not just in terms of like the esoteric. I want you all to think about this also in terms of the way that we see like the right-wing fascism. A lot of it is Christian fascism. We see a lot of people, a lot of degenerate men. I'm not talking about men who are doing right for their families, for their wives, for the community. I'm not talking about them. Degenerate men in relationships and in marriages, they often get mad when a woman leaves. Okay, we heard that foolishness from Kevin Samuels, Kitten Hills, saying, well, women are the leading cause of divorce. Baby, nobody's supposed to stay with you when you're doing somebody wrong. Okay, and we see this enforced in this, right? We see this enforced in this. So remember, there are people out there who want different states to get rid of no fault divorces, right? No fault divorces. Okay. This is where this is stemming from. This is where this is stemming from. And we're going to get further into it. So we already started out. Covenants are supposed to be spiritual. You don't really have room to decide your own future, your own fate, right? And usually this is talking about those terms for women, right? Whereas right? Contracts are different. So we're starting from there. Yeah, Project 2025 and all this other foolishness. Yeah. If you look at it, you see a lot of people saying like, oh, well, women get divorced, and when women start the divorces, nobody's supposed to stay with you if you aren't doing right, if you are cheating, if you are, there's whatever type of abuse or whatever, a person should have a right to make decisions that are best for themselves, even if that means divorcing their spouse, right? So we have this context right here. Yeah. And see, this is disgusting. This is disgusting. So now that we have this here, we're opening up this framework. So now let's go to where did he have that? The kingdom marriage. Okay. And I want you all to make sure that we're understanding this. And I want you all to pay attention. Okay. And this is where, to me, I'm just like, okay, this is very interesting. Okay, let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger so you all can see. Okay. But this is from Tony Evans's store, right? Okay. This is from his store. And see, here we go with the phrasing. What happens when a kingdom man marries a kingdom woman? Remember, kingdom, okay? Kingdom marriage shows couples that the key to influencing our society and world with lasting impact is found in solidifying biblical marriage the way God intended. If you go and look up this even more, it's pretty much saying that, listen, Christianity is supposed to influence the world around us, including politics and lawmaking. Okay. Politics and lawmaking. Because I was looking up, like the book reviews for this, and somebody had said something like, a lot of people don't want to hear it, but we as Christians, we're supposed to be, getting into politics and, influencing things. So in reality, y'all don't sound any better than the than some of the terroristic Muslim groups that want to just take over the world, that want to influence everything, right? So we have this thought process of this is not enforceable by law, but we're supposed to be influencing the world. I don't know if this is in preparation for takeover. I don't know. I don't know, but yeah, absolutely, Lila. Absolutely. The key to influencing our society. No one wants to be oppressed by your dogma. If you like it, cool, but keep it over there. Keep it over there. Keep it over there. So, like you said, you see the terms kingdom marriage, kingdom husband, kingdom woman, raising kingdom kids. Okay, because the whole focus is supposed to be, okay, keep your mind on God. Okay, fine. But taking it out into the world, yeah, that's a little interesting to me. That's a little interesting to me. That's a little interesting to me. But people have become obsessed with it. People have become obsessed with it. So let's listen to what he was saying as far as the because I kind of listened to it the other day and I was just like, I don't know if I like this. Let's go to because you have to hear what he says with regards to women and with regard to men. Okay. And we're going to keep moving it along. We're going to keep moving it along. So let me pause this. Let me share this one because I don't do no ads. I ain't giving him no ad revenue. So we're going to share it from my other page. Um, I ain't giving this man no ad revenue, not nan coin. Um, Not nan coin. You hear? Okay. Okay. So here we are from the main YouTube. Okay. It's not that long, but like I said, we're gonna listen and talk through it. Okay, get to it, sir.
Of what it means to be a man and what it means to be a husband. You see, because when God came looking for the couple, he didn't say, Adam and Eve, where y'all? Or Eve, where are you? He said, Adam, where are you? Why? Because at the heart of God's kingdom agenda and the man is bearing responsibility, even if you're not the one to blame. You know,
bearing responsibility, even if you're not the one to blame. Okay. We're getting into it. We're getting into it. Okay, let's continue. Let's continue.
Fire coaches. Why would they fire coaches of football teams? They're not the one dropping the ball or making the fumble or throwing a bad pass. They fire coaches because they're the ones responsible. Taking ownership as a husband is critical to you being the man you were created to be. Before God ever created Eve, he created Adam and gave Adam his instruction for how he was to live life under divine rule. In fact, God called all the men of Israel in Exodus 34. And in Exodus 34, the scripture makes it clear. He told all the men. In verse 23, he says to them, I want all the men to come and meet with the Lord your God. And when you do, no one shall covet your land. You know what God was saying? If you come under my rule, I'll take care of you. We have a crisis today, and it's a crisis of manhood, not malehood. We got plenty of males. We don't.
So this is where, for those, especially for those women who are just like, men need to step up, men need to do more. These men, they're not leaders or anything like that. This is sounding good. This is sounding good, right? But let's continue.
Enough men, and that has brought chaos and curse to the culture. When you look at the fact that we have a generation of children growing up without a father, some 40% nationwide in the African American community, 70% plus children are born without a father in the home, born to single parents. You can't have a culture where men are not in the home and where husbands are not taking their responsibility seriously. So what does it look like for a man to be a kingdom husband? What's a kingdom husband and how does he function?
All right, here we go.
Well, 1 Corinthians 11:3 says that Christ is under God And every man is under Christ, and a woman is under a man. He speaks of God's covenant order, his arrangement.
All right, so here we go. Here we go again. For women who are so desperate, right, to be picked, to be chosen, and listen, again, humans are not supposed to be alone. We can, but when you are in a good community, a functioning community, you are in a good, happy, thriving relationship, life is good. You have someone to figure things out with. Y'all gonna work on things together. But so women here in the first part, like, yeah, it's their responsibility. This leads you right into submit. This leads you right into submit. Okay. And people are going to say, oh, well, you're not Christian or whatever. Listen. This is no different than dictatorship, rulership. I'm sorry. It is what it is. It is what it is. But this is how this is how this starts. Okay. Yeah, it does sound like a pyramid scheme. So let's continue.
For how God would flow in history. Throughout the Bible, God says, I am the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You never hear him saying, I am the God of Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah.
So this is the God of Abraham, of Isaac, of all these people. And you're supposed to sit here and quote unquote submit to some God who don't even acknowledge you. Okay. This is still patriarchy. This is still like, but you're supposed to be okay with this. And per him, he just said it. This God isn't even mentioning the women. Okay, so let's continue. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that, Sunray.
It always starts with the man because the man bore the responsibility of preserving and passing on the blessings of God to the family.
You have no say in the blessings. Okay. This is still, you need everybody else to be saved.
The test of whether you are serious about living under the king is not, first of all, a test that you're viewed as passing by the pastor or by the leaders of the church. But can your wife say, I'm married to a kingdom man because he operates under and leads according to God's rule?
Okay, God's rule, which don't even communicate to you because the only way for you to get blessings is through a man. Let's continue.
Today, when you look at many marriages, it looks like they've been wedded by the Secretary of War, not the Justice of the Peace, because of the conflicts that continually exist, often because a man is not being what God has called him to be. Yeah, it makes me think of the humorous story of Winston Churchill and Lady Astor. They were in Parliament together and they couldn't stand each other. In fact, Lady Astor said
Okay. Let me bring up the other one. Okay, so, and if we go down here, look at the comments, right? Look at this. If we look at the comments, women, this is powerful. Starlight, star bright, probably a woman. Women. This women. Men and people who know how to take advantage of their targets, especially when it's women, they know the things to say. They know the things to say. Again, this is the hook. The hook is because he's supposed to be responsible. This goes back to you're supposed to be responsible. You're supposed to do all this. But he just said the only way that you get the blessings is through the man. So that was shit was making me sick to my stomach. Let's get on to the kingdom wife. Let's get on to the kingdom wife.
Divinely authorized.
And I have ad blocker over here, so you ain't getting no ad revenue from me.
And he said, I don't know.
So let's start. What they were saying in the comments were that, oh man, this is so good. This is great. Thank you so much. This was women. This was women. Yes, this is so good. This is so great. This is such and such, such and such. They're not even talking to you. You get no acknowledgement. No acknowledgement. Hey, Candy Cane. They get no acknowledgement. Okay. So yeah. Diet misogyny. Some great misogyny now with yeah. So okay, let's get the kingdom wife. Okay, because kingdom husband's supposed to take responsibility. Let's get the kingdom wife, and they're loving this shit. Fools led astray. Okay.
Perhaps you're familiar with the story of the husband who was very upset with his wife.
Okay, let's get on to it. Let's get on with it. I don't want to hear too much of you.
That's when his wife responded that women have a kingdom view of what it means to be a wife.
Okay, here we go.
You bring to the marriage and to the. I know many women feel unappreciated and unrecognized for what you do and what you bring to the marriage and to the family. But it is absolutely critical that women have a kingdom view of what it means to be a wife. Because if you adopt the view of the culture, you have opened the door for Satan to bring disharmony into the family. When God established woman, when God made woman, he did so as part of his covenant for the outworking of his plan in history, his kingdom agenda. He made Adam first. Then he created Eve because Adam was to be responsible in the home and for the marriage. But he was not to be alone. He was to have a helpmate, someone who came alongside with all of her gifts, skills, and ability to be recognized and appreciated, but underneath Adam's legitimate authority.
I wish you all could see my face. I wish you all can see my face. This is the same argument of you're not fit, feminine, and friendly. You don't cooperate. You don't, why you gotta talk back? This is the same shit. This is the same shit.
As Jesus Christ is under the Father, 1 Corinthians 11:3. God is the head of Christ. Christ is the head of every man. The woman is the head, or the man is the head or the governing authority of a woman. So it is the woman is to come under man and his legitimate authority. And the Bible calls that submission. Now I know this.
Yes, he has a church. It's Oak Cliff Bible Church in Dallas, Texas. Okay, so Candy Cane, whatever your thoughts are about mega churches, but yes, he is the leader of a mega church in Dallas, Texas. So, yeah, Tony Evans of Oak Cliff Bible Fellowship, and yeah, okay. Hey, Dimples Wimples. Okay. Yeah. So you saw that women are great, this, that, and the third, but you're still a helpmate. You are still a helpmate to this leader who's supposed to be great. You're still a helpmate. So here we go. And this is where I kind of feel like this is Kitten Hill's manosphere foolishness repackaged. And he did it in a way that gives just a smidge of accountability, right? But because of that little smidge of accountability, it's like now you're supposed to take all of this. And we all heard the conversations, what was it, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, submit, 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 submit. So he's going to talk about submission. He's going to talk about submission, and he knows that the conversations about submission and women submitting, he knows has been a big thing. Watch, he's about to say it. He's about to say it. He's about to say it right here. So take a listen.
Is falling on hard times today, legitimate authority. And the Bible calls that submission. Now, I know this word is falling on hard times today, but we can't rewrite the Bible because people have misused the Bible. We've got to give it its right interpretation. Paul says in Ephesians chapter 5, very clearly, verse 22.
So he knows that there were conversations about submission. He saw them online. And to me, him saying that, because the only way he pays attention to this is if he is in quote unquote the social media world, right? Social media, it was a big thing on, Facebook, YouTube, this, that, and the third. People are still talking about it, right? It's not the way that the conversations were, but this is still a thing. You'll still have somebody out here saying submit, submit, submit. So him mentioning this and the conversations around it lately, this lets me know this man was paying attention. He was paying attention, and now he using this shit to try and get women to roll with it.
Wives, submit to your own husbands as to the Lord. Now, I know men have abused this and made it seem like they are to be dominant and the woman is just to kind of go around and do whatever he says. But notice the verse. The verse says, while a wife is to submit to her husband, she has a greater obligation to the Lord. So when the husband leaves the Lord.
And this is where, I'm sorry, this, listen to this right here. The wife is supposed to be, more focused on the Lord. Okay. So listen to what he's about to say.
He loses the right to govern with absolute authority because you are to be more committed to the Lord than to your husband. Now, the reason that God organized this way has nothing to do with equality of being. It has to do with the differentiation of responsibilities. God has given men a responsibility and wives a responsibility. And while they partner in the relationship, they have spheres of responsibility that when they get crossed, produce chaos. You remember the Garden of Eden. Satan got Eve to become the leader of the home. She led out being deceived. He got Adam to become the passive responder. The roles were reversed. And when the roles got reversed, all hell broke loose. And that's what he wants to happen in families. While the husband has a responsibility under God, a wife has a responsibility underneath, again, the legitimate authority of her husband. The Greek word for submission means to willingly place yourself under the authority of another. And just as the man is not to overrule Jesus in his life, the woman is not to overrule her husband in her life. Now, this has nothing to do with ability, skills, and gifts. Many wives are more talented, educated, able to make more money than their husbands. But husband is a role.
Aha. So he's been listening into the conversations. He has been listening into the conversations, okay? Many women are educated, they are talented, they make more money than their husbands. Where have we heard this? We have heard this in the various online discussions, right? About why should I submit to a man who can't even take care of anything? Why should I submit to a man when, right? So, like I said, he's been paying attention to the conversations, right? He's been paying to the conversations. Okay. Well, you know, when we hear the conversations about, or we saw, even some of like the Kendra, what was it, Kendra G? The man out here looking for, some woman and he make $10 an hour, but she's supposed to submit. And they're just like, Submit. You aren't even educated or whatnot. You submit to who? But he is saying, okay, he is saying that this is not about title. This is about role. Okay, so listen in.
It's the title. And he has the role before God, and you ought to remind him of that. When you go onto a freeway and there is a Volkswagen coming onto the down the highway, and then there is a 18-wheeler coming onto the freeway from the on-ramp. Even though the 18-wheeler is stronger and bigger and has more tires, it must yield to the Volkswagen that has the right-of-way. Well, you may feel like your husband is a Volkswagen and you may be an 18-wheeler, yet God has given you the yield sign, as long as it's legitimate, to recognize his legitimate authority. Why? This has nothing to do with simply the marriage as far as culture is concerned. It's got to do with theology. And that is
the marriage as far as culture is concerned. Okay. Okay, let's continue.
Him can reverse roles. He can create chaos and keep God at bay from the family. He can keep God out of the way of demonstrating his power in the home. So it is absolutely critical that we...
So you mean to tell me this God that is all powerful, right, is being kept out from doing what they're gonna do by someone else? This is what you're saying. This is what you're saying. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense at all. Doesn't make any sense at all.
And biblical submission, the full recognition of your husband's legitimate authority as you come along to support him. For the Bible says in 1 Corinthians 11, the wife was given for the husband.
And people are still listening to this? Right. Right. This is the question. This is the question. This is the question. So you're supposed to submit to a man who may be out here just doing whatever, but trust in the Lord, and this Lord don't even recognize you because the blessings are supposed to come through a man. That doesn't make any sense. Let's continue.
It goes a little deeper. It goes a little bit more theological, and you have to understand why this is important in 1 Corinthians 11. Here's what Paul says. He says that the wife is to submit to the husband, and he says in verse 10, for this reason, the woman ought to have a symbol of authority on her head because of the angels. Remember, Satan is an angel. The job of angels are to come alongside and assist mankind according to the will of God. So much of the protection and the help and the support we get in life, although invisible, comes from angels. But when a woman is not operating underneath her head legitimately, it interferes with angelic support. You can actually block what God wants to do in your life because you're out of alignment.
And that right there, boom, that right there. So you ladies, you block your blessings when you don't submit. You block your blessings when you don't submit, because when you don't submit, you don't allow the angels, the messengers, the spiritual helpers to help you because you're not submitting. This is the shit that I'm talking about. This is the shit that I'm talking about. Right, we're blocking our own support. Mhm. Mhm. Let's continue.
I had a problem in my garage. It wouldn't open. I pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed, but it wouldn't open. The button wasn't working. I looked at the electric cord and it was plugged in, but the door wouldn't open. So I was stuck. I'm in my garage and I can't go anywhere. So I called the garage repairman and told him that I'd done everything I knew to get the garage door to move and it wouldn't budge. That's when
Okay.
he at one another, or is one deviating from the other? And I noticed that one was deviating a little off center from the other. That's when he told me. He says, that's your problem. Your problem isn't about you pushing. Your problem is you're out of alignment. Unless the two are exactly pointing to one another, they're not getting the signal. And therefore, nothing is working. A lot of women push, 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 and push to get their husbands to move, and it doesn't seem to work. But the question you've got to ask as God's kingdom woman is, am I in alignment? Yes, he has a question to answer. Is he in alignment? But you have one too. Am I operating visibly and verbally under his authority so that he knows I recognize his call to headship and my role to support that headship and to respect him as head of our home? That leads to another scripture, again, not so popular, but that's because it's been abused and misused. So we want to try to get some clarification. And it's 1 Peter chapter 3. 1 Peter chapter 3, verse 6 reads this way. It says, as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters you are, if you do good and are not afraid with any terror. God says he wants you to be.
This right here kind of yeah, this right here kind of, because yeah, just listen. Just listen. We're almost done with this.
Sarah. Now, let's look at Sarah. Sarah's husband for a while wasn't right. Abraham was a liar. He put her in a compromising position with Abimelech. He wasn't a kingdom man. But Sarah still honored God and still recognized her husband's position and authority, even though she wasn't agreeing with his point.
So this man was a liar, doing whatever, put her in compromising positions, and you still supposed to recognize this man? You still supposed to listen to anything he got to say? You're supposed to listen to anything he got to say. You're supposed to recognize his authority. You're supposed to be led by him when he lying and putting you in compromising positions. Someone explain this to me. This is saying stay with the abuse. This is saying to stay in abuse. This is saying to stay with a cheater. This is saying stay with someone who, abuses nose candy, who likes inappropriate relationships with children, who is not, someone who is an embezzler, someone who, unalives people. This is what this is saying. This is what this is saying. This is what this is saying. Okay. I knew someone who, and without saying too much, I knew someone, and it's not for me to say, what was for them to do, but this man gambled away her money for college. He gambled away her money for college. Now imagine y'all saving this money, okay, for your child to go to college, and this man then gambled the money away. What? Imagine finding out this man is into children, but you're supposed to stay. putting you in a compromising position and all this other food. It's giving slow. But remember, this isn't cultural. You're supposed to do this because this what your this is what your religion, this is what this says. And we wonder why women are regarded as property, as lesser than, and they're supposed to take shit around the world. Listen to this shit. Listen to this shit.
She recognized by calling him Lord. That is a verbal recognition of his divinely authorized position.
So he doing all this shit. You supposed to call him Lord? You supposed to call this man Lord? Okay.
You know what God did? He shut down all the wombs of all the women in Abimelech's kingdom. And then he gave her a miracle birth.
Why he got to shut down all these other women wombs? Why does he have to shut down all these other women's wombs to give her a child?
Miracle baby at 90 years old. In fact, it's a little bit humorous, but he even enhanced Abraham's libido, so he was able to impregnate her at 100 years old. You talk about a miracle. I know what you may be saying. You may be saying, I don't want no more babies. Well, that's not the point.
And see how he goes straight to, I don't want no more babies. This is the shit I'm talking about. This is the absolute bullshit that I'm talking about. So like I said, this kingdom marriage, because people like titles. They like titles, and they like to think that certain things are, more, beware of these people who are guru. I am the master, such and such, such and such. This is the same shit. This is the same shit. But because there's just a little bit, and we all know people, I think it was Nyla who was saying, like, we have to understand and try and figure out, why is it that people fall prey to things like this? So if we can kind of come down, let's see if we can come down, if y'all can see some of these comments. This is women. This is someone named Michelle. This is someone named Edna. Someone named Terry. As I come into God's alignment as my husband's helper. Okay. These are women. These are women. And it was a bunch of women under the video of Kingdom Husband. It's a bunch of women. 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 Oh, this is a man. This is a man here. This man says, happy birthday, Dr. Evans. He don't say, yes, Lord. He don't say hallelujah. He don't say none of that. This man here, you can't really see. This man here says, happy birthday. This is letting you know, right? These people know who to target. Okay. They know who to target. Amen. Praise the Lord. All this. These are women. Women. This is powerful. This is, amen. This is women. I know you can't see it, but this is women. We actually have some person here who has a little bit of sense. She says Dr. Evans used the analogy of Beauty and the Beast, which was poignant. I want to encourage women who experience domestic violence to understand this does not apply. Neither a man or woman can love a person enough to convince them to stop abuse of any kind. Some pastors tend to teach remaining in those situations and keep praying. Right. So we have someone who's got a little bit of sense here. Okay. And then someone here says everyone is always preaching to the woman. As soon as it's a woman, everyone has something to say. How about speaking to the man? I don't have to be perfect for him to love me. Why do I have to be a doormat in order for you to be all right? Yeah. 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 I'm happy to see that there are a few people who, yeah, yeah. We got a few, but this is mostly women. This is mostly women, women, women. This is mostly women. So, like I said, I wasn't giving him any type of support on that. Now, let's go to how this ties in because women have just taken this and like, yes, yes, yes. Now I'm waiting for my marriage. I'm waiting for my kingdom spouse. Now we're gonna see how this ties into the um, twin flame soulmate because these people they have taken it and they have ran with it. They have taken it and um they have taken it, they have run with it. Listen, listen. There is always something that I'm doing. My husband doesn't make decisions without me. We make the decisions. This is a we. This is not, such and such, such and such. This is not I'm slave to him and he is my lord, my ruler. No. Mm-mm. That's not what this is here with he and I. You know, that's not what this is. So I'm glad that that's working out for you, Lilith. I really do. Um Yeah. So let's go to this. Let me share this screen because now we're gonna get into let's get into the kingdom marriage. Kingdom marriage. We're gonna get into some kingdom marriage. We're gonna share this one here. Okay. Let me make sure you all can see it. Okay, we're on the same side. Okay. So you all are going to see me. I am going to type this in. Let's start kingdom marriage. I typed in kingdom marriage. So let's see. Kingdom marriage. Kingdom marriage. Okay. And how now they're starting to do this with certain hashtags. Kingdom marriage, prophetic word, kingdom spouse. Okay, because now you know witchcraft, attempts in marriages and kingdom marriages. Okay. Kingdom marriage. So now everybody is speaking about kingdom marriage. Okay. Your kingdom spouse. Okay. Kingdom marriage. Now, if any of you all have ever seen like tarot readings and stuff like that, or like spiritual readings or astrological readings, you know that they put all these little emojis in here, right? They put all these little emojis in here. Okay. All these little emojis in here talking about, yeah, yeah, come on, come on. So yeah, we got kingdom marriage here. This is why I said this looks like tarot readings. This looks like that they have twisted this. And now this is twin flame, soulmate, desperation. Restoration is here. Get ready to meet up soon. Kingdom marriage, reunited part one. These are people who are supposedly Christian and still a bunch of women. Okay. Still a bunch of women. Let me take this. Let me go back to my other history over here, and we're gonna see some of these videos. We gonna see some of these videos. Because this shit right here, um, okay, so let's. I don't like the thing on my. No, I don't want to hear you. I don't want to hear you. I just need the link. Look at this. I want you all to see the title of this. I don't like the thing on my. The title of this, Are You Feeling Down? I Just Want to Make You Happier. I Miss You. Kingdom Marriage. Prodigal. Okay, they're throwing in the supposed angel numbers in here. Mm-hmm. Let's look at this one right here. Let's look at this one. Hey guys, God has been doing another video. A fairy tale appears each time you smile. You're a dream that came true. Kingdom marriage. Okay. Okay. So, so yeah. So yeah. Um, Prophetic word two, the best part at last, a kingdom marriage. Prophetess Sabrina Akakpo, crown of glory. So now people are out here, right? Because the women have said, okay, this is good. Let's run with this because there's a little bit of accountability. And yeah, we got to submit, but this is okay. Now they're out here just making videos about it like it's twin flame, soulmate, um, soulmate, right? Okay, prophetic word. Okay, your kingdom spouse, kingdom marriage. Okay, restoration is here. Kingdom marriage. You will be married quickly, God says. Do you see this? You're going to be married quickly. Now tell me that's not some desperation, twin flame, soulmate bullshit. Tell me that's not that. That's exactly what that is. That is exactly what that is. Here we go, another one. You will be married to your kingdom spouse soon. Congratulations. Your kingdom spouse is waiting. It will happen swiftly. Okay. This is what this is. 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 Kingdom marriage. You are going on a date. Is this not what that is? Is this not what that is? Be married to your kingdom spouse soon. Okay. Okay. Your spouse does not want to wait anymore. Prophetic word, kingdom marriage. Mhm. Your spouse is coming clean, repentant heart, kingdom spouse, prophetic word. Okay. Prophetic word, everlasting love, kingdom marriage. Your kingdom spouse is on fire for you. Reunion coming. But God says have boundaries. Tell me this is not the same thing as the soulmate shit. Soulmate, twin flame readings, these desperation readings where they be playing on people's emotions, saying, yes, he's gonna return to you. He gonna text, he gonna call. Okay, here we go. God says your kingdom spouse is about to propose. Okay, so your kingdom spouse is about to propose. Okay. Your kingdom spouse is about to propose. This is just like that. This is just like that. Seeing my kingdom spouse in my dreams. Seeing my kingdom spouse in my dreams. Okay. This is the same thing. They're starting to sling this for clicks and views. I'm just gonna call it what it is, for clicks and for views. This energetically, this is that same shit. Energetically, this is still misogyny. Energetically, this is still trample on women, control, all that submission type bullshit. But now they've just partnered it up and layered it in, right? Because people understand the desperation of pick me's, and people who don't have any other value to them besides wanting to be married or with someone. And and make no mistake about it. What happened to old girl in that who the fuck did I marry? What happened to her? That was terrible. But this is the same that's the same level of desperation. It's the same level of desperation. It really is. It really is. But this is here. He's closer than you think. Prophetic word, kingdom spouse, God marriage. Your husband is looking for you. Kingdom marriage, godly unions. Okay. Your spouse will see the light. Hmm. Look at this one. Trust, obey, and imagine ministries. I know you can't see it, the print is probably small, but yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Don't delay the connection to your kingdom spouse. Okay? Don't delay. Don't delay it now. You better not do anything to delay this man coming to find you. Okay? Don't delay. Yeah, trust, obey, and imagine. That was the name of that. Yeah, these people right here. We gonna mute them because I don't want to hear y'all. But yeah, that's the name of this right here. Trust, obey, and imagine. I don't want to talk to y'all. Trust, obey, and imagine ministries. Okay, that's the name of this page. Trust, obey, and imagine ministries. Okay, so like I said, mhm. Okay. Remember, marriage is a covenant, not a contract. So this gives people, reason to stay and take abuse and all those types of foolishness. Okay, here we go. Kingdom marriages are coming forth speedily. Because remember, the kingdom marriage is supposed to be the covenant. Y'all supposed to be together to influence the world, okay, including politics, including the day-to-day life. But ladies, you still got to be the doormat because the only way for you to receive your blessings is to be the doormat from the God that doesn't even acknowledge you. Okay, but please watch all these videos because your kingdom marriage is coming soon, Queen. Just wait. You got to keep your kingdom marriage a secret. Okay. Kingdom marriage. I want you back. You can't tell me that don't sound like a damn tarot reading, a love reading video. They want you back. They are desperate for you. They want you back. You can't tell me that's not what this is. Excuse me, I have to drink some water. You can't tell me that's not what that is. Let's keep going. And look, these are women. Women. Okay, here we go again. This is another one. Marry me. Your kingdom spouse is coming for you, queen. Okay. Your kingdom spouse is coming for you, queen. Your kingdom spouse is coming for you, queen. Oh, snap, we got another one here. They gonna be jealous of your kingdom marriage. Because ladies with low self-esteem, those who walk in the spirit of desperation, and those who are pick me's, they're gonna go ahead and get married to anything because they think other people gonna be jealous of their marriage. Um, but here we go right here. Prophetic word. They will be jealous of your kingdom marriage. Okay. 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 You getting your marriage proposal at Christmas? At Christmas? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You gonna get your marriage proposal at Christmas? Uh-huh. Up there with your pagan Christmas tree, because you're gonna get your marriage proposal at Christmas with your pagan Christmas tree, your Yuletide festivities that comes from, a lot of pagan stuff. Mm-hmm. That's when you're gonna get your marriage proposal. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You're gonna get married quickly. This is foolishness. This is foolishness. This is foolishness. I want to show you this one video. Again, the pick me, the desperation of people just taking anything because they believe this is going to happen. It could be Lilith. It could be Lilith. Oh, we got one here, Kevin. She's a woman of limited color, no color. She looks like she's white here. So they had an epiphany kingdom marriage from me to we and us prophetic word. But this is how you know it's like these tarot readings twin flame, because they put soulmate, love reading, twin flame. This is how you know it's the same thing. They put prophetic word, kingdom spouse, kingdom marriage. That's how you know. That's their tagline, those they hashtags. But no, this is a woman of no color. We have a man right here. This is a man of no color right here. Um, we have a questionable man here. Looks like he's mixed. Um, Okay, look at her. She titled her video "Your Kingdom Spouse Called You His." a mess of your kingdom spouse called you his, and then she got a pomegranate right there. Okay, she got a pomegranate, a tantalizing pomegranate. Okay, but yeah, a match made in heaven. This is what people want to hear. This is a whole hashtag. There's a whole hashtag. This is a new way to sling videos um on YouTube. Okay. Kingdom marriage, you will be fruitful, no birth control. Okay. You just out here, just doing whatever. Okay, we got kingdom marriage right here. So yeah, but let me show you this video. Okay, they're using this here. But let me show you this video. Let me show you this video. Um, Let me show you this video. I gotta go back to my history. That was, I think, Monday. Um, yeah, let me go back to that was Monday because now there are people who are finally understanding this is foolishness, right? So let me do this right here. So now there are some who are now waking up and understanding that this is foolishness. Not all, but there are some. So raw dog and fajibas, yes. So this right here, this video here, she said the truth behind the kingdom spouse movement, exposing kingdom spouse. Okay, exposing kingdom spouse because listen, and then we have another one here. I moved across the country for a false kingdom spouse dream. So now people are starting to, now people are starting to like, wait a minute. Now they're starting to see the deception of this all. And these are just people, and this whole message, this whole thing is drawn on the desperation, okay? Drawn on the desperation for that a lot of women have, right? So let's kind of listen to her right here. She kind of rambles, but let's listen to what she was doing. Listen to it.
I'll know that I am transparent. I'm always going to be transparent and real and honest on this channel. And before I get into this, you guys, I really want you to pray beforehand. And just ask the Lord to open up your heart and spirit in understanding my testimony. And maybe some of you guys will relate to this. So I do want to pray before I start, and then just give a little bit of disclaimers before I actually start.
Okay,
I've been sitting with this for a long time, but in the last few days, it's just been like so much of the word's confirmation to share this, y'all. And I sat with God, I prayed, I was like, God, like, when do you want me to share this? And I prayed and I just feel like he's wanting me to share my testimony about marriage and the whole kingdom spouse situation, you guys. And so again, yeah, like I said, this is probably one of the hardest videos I've had to share, but I want to be transparent. And yeah, so let's just get into this video, you guys. So first and foremost, let me see if I can get my dates right, y'all. So back in 2021.
Okay, so yeah, I see you, Sora. So yeah, kingdom marriage is this concept of marriages put forth by Pastor Tony Evans. Okay, he has Oak Cliff Bible Fellowship Megachurch in Dallas, Texas, and he put this forth: kingdom marriage and kingdom spouse and kingdom husband. All this is Kevin Samuels kitten heels, red pill mixed with the traditional Christianity of lady submit. Okay, because marriage is not out in the world. Okay, this is marriage for you to submit because this is a covenant, right? This is not a contract, this is a covenant. And we all know that covenants don't have any type of legal protection. right? Because the only way you're supposed to get your blessings is if you submit. Because if you don't submit, okay, you're going to prevent the angels from blessing you because you're not submitting to your potentially dusty husband, right? And kingdom spouse, kingdom wife, kingdom marriage, y'all supposed to be make sure that you're out here influencing the world. Okay, because what's wrong with society is we not influencing the world. This is what this is. So what people have done, Renaissance woman, is because make no mistake about it, Tony Evans, he saw all the conversations we were having, what, 3 to 5 years ago about, people do better. We're not submitting. Why should I submit to someone who makes $20,000 a year when I make $100,000 a year? He saw all those conversations because he brought those things up when he was explaining kingdom spouse, kingdom wife. And he said, even if your man is a liar and putting you in a compromising position, you still supposed to call him Lord, okay, and give him proper respect, right? You're supposed to stay in this foolishness, right? Even though he ain't doing what he's supposed to do, right? So now, Renaissance woman, people have taken, mostly women, okay, because men and those who like to prey on others know how to prey on women, okay, and women's desperation for marriage and partnership, right? So now they're just slinging kingdom marriage, kingdom spouse videos on YouTube like they are twin flame and soulmate tarot readings. We were just looking at a bunch of them, and it was all mostly 99% of it were women. Okay, so now we're here at this video where this woman here understands that this foolishness is just what it is. It's foolishness. So she's about to tell her story. Not Oak Cliff is ground zero for gang activity, Mel. He needs to be converting gang members into church members. Listen. Yeah. And like I said, people out here talking about discernment and discernment. I don't see people using discernment with this. Because if they were, they would see exactly what this is. But so many people are so desperate to be in relationships, mainly women, okay? Because under all this is just women. It's not men. Ladies, I really need for us to do better. But listen, she talking about she fell into the, kingdom spouse movement. And eventually she saw what it was. But again, we're going to see how this plays on the desperation and, oh, I prayed, and we're going to see.
This was around pandemic time, the pandemic time, you guys, around COVID. We were locked up and put away. So
sounds like someone else we heard. This is her experience. This is during the panini. This is her experience during the panini. I don't know what about the panini had people losing their minds. And I get it. If you may have lived alone, but you can go, if you have nobody, no family at all, that's one thing. But come on now. You can get with a cousin, you can get a sister, brother, go stay with grandma. You don't have to do some of these things. You don't have to. So listen. Mel, panini is the word that we use. We use any other P word to not say or use the official word of what happened in 2020. So you may hear me say panini, you may hear me say pepperoni, you may hear me say paparazzi. I am just using those words in place of the official term for what happened in 2020. Okay? Right. Because YouTube doesn't allow you to say certain words. So yeah, that's why, Mel. But yeah, continue. So this is happening. This is during the panini. This is during the pepperoni. So this is what happened.
I want to start off by the Lord awakening the desire of marriage in me. So this was 2020, right? 2020 going into 2021. And I just remember so many of us were stuck at home. That was the year around COVID-19 when it hit and we were stuck home. That was really when I started to have my relationship deepened with the Lord. And maybe most of you guys can relate to that. The Lord really had us, so many of us surrendered in our homes. And so I remember deepening my relationship with the Holy Spirit and just really wanting more of God. And in that year, you guys, he awakened the desire for marriage in me. And I come from a divorcee home. My parents divorced when I was 4. My mom remarried. I have a stepfather. And so, in all of these things, you guys, God was really working in me, just showing me that marriage is good. And He created it, He designed it. But in all of that, God has a divine order, right? All that He does comes with His peace, but His order. And this is very important, y'all. And so around that time, that's when
Just bear with me. She's a little long-winded, but bear with me.
Beamer Light started. The Lord was really pouring into me and really using me to share encouraging words, prophetic words, and there was a lot of other channels, ministries that I was following, and it was like watching one prophetic word after the other about marriage. And around that time, I had met somebody, you guys.
So she's sitting there watching one prophetic word after another about marriage. Okay, and I get it. During the paparazzi, there, people not doing what they were normally doing. A lot of people, went to the internet. That was a perfect time for me to perfect my candle making skills. That's really when I caught on to the Eagle, Nyla, Taz, like during like 2020. That's really when like I caught on, right? To the, y'all remember those streams back from 2020, right? So I get it. But she out here watching prophetic word marriage videos on YouTube, like people sit around and watch them damn tarot reading, soulmate, twin flame, bullshit ass videos all day. So she's doing the same thing.
And around this time, this person, I thought was my kingdom spouse, you guys. This man, I was just like, as I was surrendered to the Lord and this promise, and God was speaking to me about this, that's when I met this person. Now, I want to share the characteristics.
So she just meet this person, and all of a sudden it's supposed to be your husband. Okay.
Of this person, because you will know the difference if this is a counterfeit or if this is obviously somebody who's just not ready. And when I met this person, and disclaimer, my husband knows the entire story. We know everything. So as I met this person, I flew out to Cali. I was in San Antonio, Texas at the time. He lives in Cali.
Yeah. So have you not learned anything? I don't know. I mean, she's married now. She says she's married now. And she made this video a month ago. She says she's married now. But girl, you out here flying to see some man in the middle of the pepperoni? She out here flying to go see some man in the middle of the pepperoni. Because in her mind is her kingdom spouse. Okay.
And we talked, and I, prayed about it before even going out there. And I went to go meet with this person. We met and we became friends, and we started to get into like the talking stage. And I was so sure that this person was my spouse. I was like, this guy is my husband. And over
So she out here, this guy is my husband. Okay, let's continue.
time, remind you, I waited for this guy for 2 years, y'all. 2 whole years. And
Okay, so somebody take Lilith's phone. Okay, someone take Lilith's phone because Lilith out here talking about the rose. Okay, and listen, I'm married, okay, but I don't know nothing about no rose, okay? I don't know nothing about no rose, but I know enough that somebody needs to take Lilith's phone. So Lilith, you had a reprieve the other day. It was your birthday, But baby, we taking your phone today. You gonna go to the corner if you keep up. Okay. So let's continue.
In those 2 years, the Lord was preparing me to be a wife. And I look back now, and if it weren't for me waiting for someone, for this guy for 2 years, I probably would have done things in my own way. I probably would have given up, and I probably would have went on dating sites. Who knows? Who knows? But I truly believe that the Lord allowed this.
Girl, she went out there, she was talking to this dude, and then she went and flew to where he was at. Ladies, y'all know we don't go chasing after no man. Okay. When you have your legitimate spouse who treats you right, if something's going on, hey babe, what's up? Let's talk about it. But this person you just started talking to during the pepperoni, and you go fly out there and you thinking in your mind this is your husband because you've been dreaming about husband and watching prophetic kingdom spouse videos, and it's your whole husband, and you went and you flew out there during the pepperoni. Okay.
To happen, right? Because remind you, we got to get out of our own understanding and allow the Holy Spirit to move. And as I waited for this person, I was constantly getting close.
Okay, so Mel, you about to go to the corner too. You about to go to the corner too. Lawana Dean is asking what rose. Someone kindly, gently explain to Lawana Dean what the rose is. But Mel and Lilith are going to the corner. Okay, y'all going to the corner.
Close to God. And what confirmed to me, right, that I thought and believed that this person was my husband was because I was constantly hearing prophetic words, and I was constantly going back to that and saying, you know what, this applies to my situation. Wow, like this word, this applies to my situation. That's why.
Like them whack ass, lame ass, twin flame, soulmate ass readings. Listen, I don't do those. I don't do those readings. Okay. And half the time when people come to me about a relationship reading, you already know that he a dusty. And you already know what you need to do. I'm going to tell you what it is. And you need to know what you need to do instead of hanging on to that dusty. Okay. So she out here watching these same videos that we just saw, because there's 5,000 million trillion of them, thinking that this man that she just met, that she going to go fly out to go see, even though the man's supposed to come see her, if he really wants her, because men do what they want to do. She out here thinking she got a whole husband that she just met, just started talking to in the middle of the pepperoni. Make it make sense.
I always say pray before you hear, watch, listen to any sermons, any words. You want to be led by the Holy Spirit. And as I prayed for this person, that's exactly what I did for 2 years. I prayed for them for 2 whole years. Now, him and I interacted, right? We met. Then when I came back to San Antonio, it was a very short trip. It was like 3 days. I came back to San Antonio.
She flew to California from Texas to go see this man during the pepperoni.
And we stayed talking. Then I want to
No, she flew herself out. She flew herself out.
say like maybe a month later. So we probably only knew each other for like a month. Let me get my dates right. So we knew each other. We talked beforehand, 2 weeks. I flew out there, came back.
She flew out there 2 weeks after knowing this person. 2 weeks after knowing this person during the pepperoni, and this person's in a completely different state. This person is in a completely different state. And this is what I'm saying. These things, all of this praise, this is nothing but twin flame soulmate bullshit. And I don't subscribe to those thought processes. I don't believe that it's somebody, you are you. You were born alone, unless you're like a twin or another multiple, but you were born alone. Okay. You are complete yourself. You do not need another person. You are not here waiting your whole life searching for some person. Okay, you are not split in half from some other person. You're not. You're not. I don't subscribe to this bullshit, but yes, it's 2 weeks in of her knowing this person, and she flew out to California to see this man during the pepperoni. Girl, no, she said that was her husband. She said that was her husband in her mind because she had been watching these videos. She had been watching all these videos, and this man she just met, like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, this man is my this is the fantasy. This is the land of the Lulu that she was in.
So I would say a solid month we knew each other. That's crazy. Now looking back. And after a month of talking, right, like really getting to know each other and socializing on social media and all that stuff, he ghosted me. He completely went silent. And I started to pray and ask the Lord, okay, like this person I met, he seems to be great. I believe this is my husband. I'm praying and I have the peace to pray for him. And I don't hear from him for 2 years. And so in between, I've had dreams with this.
So this is what I'm saying. Did you just hear what she said? 2 years. This is a man who's not interacting with you for 2 years. But in your mind, this is what I'm saying. Remember when Tony Evans was saying, oh yeah, homeboy put Sarah in a compromising position and he was a liar, but Sarah, she still called him King. She still called him Lord. This is the same energy right here. This man was not talking to her, communicating to her, whatever, for 2 years. And in her mind, shit's still gravy. In her mind, this is still, because this is a kingdom spouse. Because this is a kingdom spouse. This same delusional twin flame soulmate, you're supposed to take this type of bullshit ass behavior from people because kingdom spouse.
This person. And in the dreams that I've had, and I've wrote these down because it's crazy. Now looking back, it's like, wow, like now I understand. And not to get too much into detail, but just to kind of explain a little bit, the dreams were that in each dream, I was looking for him, nowhere, he was nowhere to be found. Every dream. And I wish,
Baby, your intuition is telling you leave this man alone. He don't want you. Imagine chasing after someone and praying for someone that you ain't talked to in 2 years. In 2 years. In 2 years. In 2 years. Well, if the divine is putting a y'all through this for 2 years, I don't want no part of y'all divine. I don't want no part of that. Right. Her dreams were telling her to get out the damn sunken place. Okay. That's what they were telling her. But this is what I'm saying. She held on to this concept for 2 years because it's supposed to be a kingdom spouse in her mind. In her mind. Well, any of us operating on any type of logic, no. If you contacting this man, he ain't contacting you back. Okay, obviously he don't want, either something is wrong, he's sick, he in a coma, he a vegetable, he gone off to war or something like that, or he don't want to deal with you. But not this. Not this. Sometimes we have to wake up. Sometimes we have to wake up. And this is what I'm saying. Your discernment ain't kicking in for 2 years. 2 years. Y'all know me. I'm a Pisces. Oh, I don't hear nothing back. I could pretend you never even existed. It ain't gonna take me that long. It will not take me that long. It will not take me that long. People have messaged me. I'm like, who is this? Oh, you ain't got my number saved? No. Who is this? I don't know you. Like Mariah Carey said, I don't know her. I don't know you because baby, you don't want to talk to me? That's fine. I get the hint. I'm not gonna chase you. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Real adults in real relationships, you say what's up, okay? You communicate. And all the man had to say was, I'm not ready or I'm not interested. But he ain't say nothing either. But she out here calling this man her kingdom spouse. So, okay. So she finally gets it.
That I would have shared this with someone who was spiritually discerning at the time and not people just telling me, go ahead and keep waiting. I really pray that.
So you ain't pray for no discernment? You out here thinking about kingdom spouse. You trying to go to other people looking for discernment. You ain't got no discernment yourself. People out here praying for dick, but not for discernment. Today's video is brought to you by the letter D. D is for dummy. D is for dick. D is for discernment that they don't have. D is for doormat. Okay? To keep waiting for someone you ain't talked to. For fuck's sake. Right. D is for digmatized. Seriously. Seriously. To be claimed by some dick, like, listen. I knew my husband wanted me. We talked. We were in the talking phase. We went out on a couple dates. Maybe it was a month and a half, maybe 2 months later. He was like, "Okay, you want to be my girlfriend?" Okay. It didn't take that long. It didn't take that long at all. You want to be my girlfriend? Okay, boom, we together. Like, when someone wants you. When someone wants you. Okay, they put forth effort. There's energetics. But see, that's what I'm saying. Going back to that damn story from Tony Evans, was Sarah out here being foolish when this man lying on her and doing who knows whatever else, putting her in compromising situations, and you still supposed to sit here and call him Lord? Okay. Yeah, men know. Men know. Men know. Okay. Men know. Same thing like with my mom and my dad. Same thing, like they know. Men will let you know if they're interested and if they're truly into you, they will let you know. There won't be any question about it. There won't be any question about it. Right. No, 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 Lilith. He didn't pay for her ticket. She was calling him. Oh, this is my kingdom spouse. This is my kingdom husband. She was calling him that in her mind because she was watching these videos. Because she was watching these videos. Because she was watching these videos. Let me drink some water. Quick 20-second intermission to drink your water, your tea. Take a shot. It take you a couple drags on your cigarette or whatever it is, because baby, this is right here. Okay. That was some good mountain spring water. Let's continue. So
You guys go to spiritual counselors, wise, men and women of God, because I really wish that I had this. But again, God turns all things around for the good of those who love him and have been.
Okay, I can't listen to more of this foolishness. Now, here's another one. Here's another one. Here's another one. Check this one out. Check this one out. Here's another one. I moved across the country for a false kingdom spouse dream. Ain't no devil tricked her. Don't even come here with no devil. This is what I'm saying. We got to stop with this. The devil made me do it. The devil trick. We have to stop with this. Take accountability for your actions, for your thought process. I'm tired of this shit. I am tired of this shit. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. And y'all know I am a spiritual worker, okay? I am a spiritual worker. But baby, ain't no devil tricked you. She was young and dumb. Okay, and the desperation set in. D is for desperation. The desperation set in. The devil tricking all these people, but they're not tricking these men. Okay. Not when it comes to this relationship. This is not the devil. This is not. People are dumb. Okay. People are dumb. People are dumb. And if your God is not protecting you, you may need another one. You may need another one. You can't be covered by the blood and out here getting tricked. I'm sorry, you just can't. It's either gonna work or you need a new ritual. It's either gonna work or you need a new ritual. Okay? Because if people out here being afraid of the devil tricking them, you need a new you need a new spiritual being who gonna cover you and fully protect you from all of this trickery that's going on. Matter of fact, you need the spiritual being to get rid of this one. Okay, so y'all won't even have to worry about trickery. Okay, you need a new one. You need a new one. You need a new one. Okay. I haven't even seen this one. We probably won't even get into too much of this one. But yeah, let's see what she say, because she moved across country for a false kingdom spouse dream, part 1. Okay. And I'm glad someone is saying it right here in the comment section. It's a little small. And I don't know if you all can see it. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger. See? This person says, I am so tired of kingdom spouse agenda. It's ridiculous and unhealthy. Thank you for calling it out for what it is. It is. This is nothing but soulmate twin flame bullshit.
Hello, welcome to the first video on my channel where I start my series on kingdom spouse deception. So I did a video that I prayed, declared over this channel, breakthrough, deliverance, healing, and I'm going to continue to declare that in Jesus' name. And so that's what I'm going to, but this video is going to be me sharing just the beginning part of my, this journey that I went on that I thought was the Lord and the
Somebody take Dimples Wimple's phone, okay, because she's saying that the eye was covered by peanut butter, okay? So Dimples Wimples, Mel, and Lilith, they're going to rotate taking turns on timeout in the corner, okay? Okay, so y'all just going to rotate taking turns in the corner. Be sure to like this video, because while we are in here, you know, we have to laugh at the foolishness, We already saw Umar Johnson's foolishness from Taz's channel earlier. We have to laugh at this foolishness here, but we have to, we're having the serious conversation as we laugh about the foolishness. So make sure that you like this video if you are enjoying and learning something new. Um, subscribe to the channel if you're here for it, because every time I find some spiritual foolishness, I'm going to expose it and tell what it is. Okay? Every time I find some spiritual foolishness, I'm going to expose it for what it is. Okay? So let's continue.
Whole time I was, for almost going on 2 years, I was didn't know I was stuck, but I thought I was waiting on the promises of God. And we can get so caught up in thinking that, well, God does make people wait, and God can show you something and then take it away. And I actually even got it's a lot. It's a lot. It was a very just the enemy can be very crafty. He is very deceptive in his ways, and he can use people that are.
You wouldn't fall prey to deception if you had discernment. Okay? D is also for deception, but I'm sticking with big D of discernment. Okay? Y'all were deceived by this so-called deception. Okay? Looking for some dick. But in looking for some dick, you out here looking like a whole dummy. Okay? Next time, choose discernment. Okay?
are say they're people of God. Even like the other person was used in the situation to make me think that God was in fact confirming to me that he was the one. So the waiting, and then when people say the process is painful, yes, but I was under such torment that got twisted with me, that I kept saying, oh, the process is painful, this is what it's supposed to be. But no.
If any spirit out here telling you that you got to deal with all this bullshit, looking for some dick, you need a new spirit. You need a new spirit. Some things are painful and hard to do. Walking away, okay? Choosing a new life path. Okay, it's hard to, bury your family member, your mother, your father. Okay, that's painful. Losing a child is painful. Having a miscarriage is painful. But trying to find partnership should not be painful. It shouldn't be painful. I'm gonna be like Mel and Lilith this time. When your coochie start getting a little butterflies in it, go get you a rose. If you ain't got no committed man that's good to you, that treats you right, who's a good person and all these other things, if you ain't got no good committed man, don't let them little butterflies in your coochie get you. Go get you a rose, okay? And go home and spend some time. Okay, because this searching for dick got people out here, they losing a whole wig. They are losing a whole wig. They are losing a mind. We see the title of this. I moved across the country for a false kingdom spouse dream. Not this man moved across country looking for you. The desperation. The desperation. The desperation. So let me look in the chat to see what y'all talk about in here. But yeah, we gonna continue. Mm-hmm. So yeah. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Right. We heard Nesto say go pat it. Go pat that thing. It's hot. The coochies in your butterfly. They tell you to do some things. Go get your rose. Go pat it. Go have a water bath. Go do what you gotta do. exercise, run, okay, some kickboxing. Okay, but not move across country. And listen, these men know this. All they have to do is spout a few words to make it seem like they're on the same energetic, level with you, and then you lose your mind. So let's continue.
God is not giving you torment, having you wait for somebody to call you because he said that's your spouse, but your spouse doesn't currently want you. That's awful. And you know what, the point that I had, or at the beginning, I would say, of my journey with the Lord, I just didn't know him well enough to know how he moved. And that came in with the vulnerability, especially when you first turn to the Lord and commit your heart. There's a lot of layers of deliverance that need to take place because you've been living a certain way for so long. Oh, those mental strongholds and those um just those patterns and those cycles that you've been living in have to be broken, and that comes off in layers. So I was just learning how to hear from the Lord. I was very again, I just feel like very vulnerable to that. I didn't know how the enemy really moved. So I'm going to get into that, but I also want to read quickly from First Peter 5:8-9, which says,
Okay, we ain't doing that.
and why God was withholding something that he showed me, that it just it was and there was no fruit from that. So it was very, it caused a lot of confusion, it caused a lot of pain and hurt, but God was with me through it all. And you know when the time was up, God broke me free of that spirit of deception, from being under that strong delusion. And when I woke up from it, then I was able to really um first of all feel the release, because for so long I kept saying, yeah, this is God, this is God. And
I'm so sorry. Okay. Oh God. I was supposed to look at the chat. Kevin just said something, and I don't know why that just. Kevin said the devil made her fly across. Oh God, I got tears in my eyes from laughing. Okay, let's continue.
God really set me free from thinking I was hearing from him when I wasn't, and from being so stuck, because it was that belief, waiting for a specific person to call, kept me very stuck and very much in a place of despair, because going on 2 years waiting for somebody, or waiting for something that you believe is a promise, when there's no fruit of that.
Okay, why are people getting stuck at 2 years? What is it? What is taking y'all so long? That is this the video of the first girl? She just said 2 years. This person right here saying 2 years. What is it about 2 years? I mean, two is my favorite number, but I can't tell you what this is. I don't know. I mean, numerologically, we have the void, then we have the initiation, the initial push. We have two, which is partly there, and then three, is the manifestation. So all y'all getting stuck in the maybe, shoulda, coulda. Okay, that's what it is. Y'all getting stuck in the maybe, shoulda, coulda, woulda. But yeah, the first girl said 2 years. This one saying 2 years. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. D is for discernment.
Is different. And I'm not speaking on people that, like, I'm thinking of Abraham, who was waiting on the promise of the Lord. But that in that waiting process, it should not bring torment. So just be aware of what spirits are trying to attack. And that's what I'll speak on this channel as well. It's not that we don't wait on the
Listen. There is nothing. Yeah, society tries to shame people, especially women, for being single. There is nothing wrong with being single. Learn to love yourself, to take care of yourself, to get to know yourself, what you like, what you can tolerate. Build yourself up, care for yourself, get you some hobbies, friendships. Romantic relationships aren't the only type of relationships. You can have really good, positive, supportive friendships, really good, positive, supportive relationship with family members. Okay, join a soccer team. There are so many different types of relationships. Okay. And I thought we already had this conversation. Maybe the red pill didn't get to the people of no color community. Okay, and this is no shade to them, but I thought we were having this conversation 3 and 4 years ago about, okay, well, instead of I'd rather be by myself than dealing with a dusty. There's nothing wrong with being single. We already stomped out the motherfucker, we don't need you. I'll be by myself before I deal with this food. I thought we already had that conversation. Maybe she did, maybe she didn't, but there is nothing wrong with being single. But this just goes to show how some women let the societal shit, including the submit and deal with foolishness, permeate in them because a man is not going to do it. So let's continue.
The Lord, and that he doesn't have timings, and that 2 years is too long. But it was the specific promise that I thought was from God that brought a lot of things like delay and being stagnant and being tormented and depressed and all of these things, because what I was waiting on was not from God. When we wait on the Lord, we have strength, we're renewed, it's we can have joy. But those types of things related to that was different. So that was not the right waiting period. And that's why, as I was waiting for this person, he never came back because of the fact that he was never the right one for me. God's not going to have a man reject you and then call you 3 months later or 2 years later and say, hey, I actually think I'm interested in you. God, your husband is going to recognize you, you're going to recognize your husband, and it's not going to be this thing where, oh, I was rejected by this person, which really hurt me, but God still wants me to wait for this person because he just does, because of this. That's where the enemy comes in with deception. Um, and I look back, and I guess I'm going over the surface things right now, because, that was the thing. It was I just thought, I found all these videos that were saying, prodigal spouse, and I'll get into that as well.
So she found the video. She found the videos. She found the videos. They are slinging the videos like hotcakes. They are slinging the kingdom spouse, prodigal spouse, kingdom wife, kingdom marriage videos. And again, I had no clue what this was until earlier this week. I had never heard of this before. But obviously, this is a thing that has been going on for a while, obviously, as we can say. So she out here listening to all these videos. Okay. And the shit is messing her mind up instead of thinking.
But no, why would God send you a man that's going to hurt you and then pop up at some later time and say, oh, never mind, I want you now? It's like, but that's the thing with deception is,
Yeah, no, Kevin, prodigal spouse is part of that. Prodigal spouse is part of the kingdom marriage, kingdom spouse, kingdom wife. It's part of that because you see them, they'll put hashtag prophetic word. It's part of that. It's part of that. So make no mistake about it. The energies are out there and people are slinging this shit.
I just kept thinking, and sometimes we can be so stubborn, and it's not bad to have faith, but in the wrong way. Like, God is allowing this pain, but he's going to come back because God also said when God didn't really say. So that's what I'm talking about when you're waiting for something. It's not even just the timing, but if what you're waiting for is not of God, that robs you of your peace, that robs you of your joy, and it can even cause a separation in your relationship with the Lord, or
Girl, get to the videos.
you know the and as I talk on this, the events of my life and what was happening was showing me that God was not in that wasn't a promise from him. And so as I share these videos, I hope it gives you a deeper understanding of when you're waiting on God for on other promises and other things. But I think for this one, that is, you should not be waiting in torment, and you shouldn't be waiting for this specific person to call, and it's been months and months. And I know, saying that, it might seem like, well, of course.
Y'all waiting for people to call you after months and months and months? Y'all waiting for people to call you after months and months and months. Girl, that man don't want you. That man don't want you. The fuck? Like he don't want you. He does not want you. Mm-hmm. She was waiting too. She was waiting too. Mm-hmm.
It's not, but when we can also unknowingly twist things and think, oh, it's the process, or oh, it's the Lord, or
But remember what I said before. Remember what I said before. One of my super old videos, and I'm not even trying to be funny, Candy Cane, but like for real. One of my old videos from like y'all remember back in like 2022. One of my old videos, what did I say? Do not entertain the spirit of desperation. You will accept anything when you are desperate. This is why I tell you all, y'all, my magical people, I tell you all, do your cleansings, do your protection, always always do your money work so that you always have a flow of money coming in. Because when you out here desperate and you need money, you'll accept anything. This is why having, if you're able to save your money, get that savings up. Always do your money because when you are in the spirit of desperation, you will accept anything. She fell into desperation. And they know that these women are out here desperate. Okay. Desperately looking for dick, AKA a partnership or marriage. They know this. They know this. Like I said, remember my video from 2022, avoid desperation. Rebuke the energy of desperation because desperation will just have you out here doing some of anything. Anything. And we don't want that.
oh, because I had a dream, I had this prophet say this, and that's where we can start to lose common sense because, and again, when I say twisting things, like faith is a substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Yes, but again, it's going to be a different experience if you're waiting on something that is not of God and you're having faith in something that God didn't actually say, which is why we have to be so careful to not be deceived, whether it's by our own feelings, our own dreams. The enemy can absolutely hijack your dreams. You have to be so careful about that. And then he can use other people to confirm things. He can use that person to confirm things, and it can be false. It's not confirmation.
Once again, no accountability. You don't want to say, listen, I know it's hard to admit when you are dumb because D is for dumb. It's hard to admit when you are dumb because you don't want to look, you don't want to look like what you just admitted. But the thing about it is you supposed to look dumb once. Look dumb once and then learn and then keep it moving, right? Look dumb once. So you look dumb more than once because you waited more than a month to not hear back from somebody. Okay. And this is why people be like, oh, well, the devil made me do it and such like that because they don't want to admit the failed aspects of their judgment, right? That they had no judgment, that they couldn't make a decision. They don't want to admit that. And I get that. But baby, we're not perfect. But you're supposed to learn, baby. This isn't the devil made me do it or the devil is using people. No, baby. You got your mind, your own mind. Your own mind.
From the Lord. So I'm going to speak on that. I'm going to make these videos. This one, I didn't really make notes either. So I'm just going to talk mostly from, what I went through and just start there. So,
That's right, girl. She said you put that bay leaf in your wallet. It's been flowing like water. This is what I'm telling you all. You're a 4 for 4. You're a 4 for 4, as Starry would say. Your cleansing, your protection, your money drawn, and whatever else you want to do after that, do it every month. When you have extra money, okay? and you have that abundance around you, you're not out here looking crazy. You're not out here looking crazy. You're not out here looking crazy. Okay. And yes, I remember I gave y'all that money drawing herbal recipe in my Jupiter is direct video from early January. Go back for that money drawing herbal recipe. It's there in that video. So go back and watch it. If you need a money drawing recipe, go back and watch it. But yeah, she on point with it.
To start off this whole thing, this whole journey, I should say, I was at one point, I knew of God ever since I was 4 or 5 years old, but I never knew him personally. And my whole life, I spent a lot of years just seeking after people, worshiping um, just other things that weren't God.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Isis says, if there wasn't so much inference put on partnership, do you think desperation would be as high in this particular area? Yeah, I kind of agree with that. But I also think it's part of the socialization, and we recognize socialization within patriarchy, right? Because girls are, taught to such and such, be cute for a man, do such and such for a man, do this to please him. The best way to a man's heart is through his stomach. What's the reverse for men? Man, what's the best way to a woman's heart, right? So we hear all of these things. A lot of things are put on women to carry a lot of the load when it comes to partnership and emotional labor, right? So yeah, I can agree with that.
Whether it was myself, the people, maybe getting validation of those people, different false idols. And so doing that, I felt like I was seeking that validation, but I thought I was going to get it through maybe a man, through friends, through status, through.
Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. Now, what part of that is the devil? Explain to me which part of what she just said is the devil. I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm listening. Desperation. I'm glad she knows now, but some yeah. Okay.
Or whatever. And in doing that and living that type of story, I became the follower and the one that would always walk behind. I became not just a friend to these people or to a man I would be dating, but I would also become a fan because I was walking in worship, false idol. And I made people my God because I wanted them to, I wanted that acceptance that I never felt like I got at home or even in my childhood because I went through a lot of years of bullying as well.
Parents, I don't have children. Parents, please protect your children. Please protect them. Please tell them you love them. Please show them love and show them that they don't need to do this, especially your girls. Because and I know that there are issues happening with boys or whatnot. Again, I don't have children and I'm not a man, but I can only speak to the ladies on this. Please love these girls and take care of these girls so they won't be out here doing like the nature boy shit and falling in with that. Um, you know, Men be fathers to your sons. Teach them, so they won't be out here doing nature boy shit, doing nasty nesto type shit. They're growing up to be. Listen, I am all for a good healthy family. I really am. But these are the things that happen.
I went through a time of bullying. So I didn't walk with the Lord I knew God was there. I never questioned God's existence and God being real, but I questioned his love. And I think a lot of times because of the rejection, I also felt like I was never good enough. Um, and, it's not about us, being perfect. God loves us and he calls us out from where we're at. He will meet us, he will meet you where you're at. But as you walk with him, you'll grow and you'll come out and you'll go to a deeper level with him. And the things that used to be just those strongholds in your life will break off of you so that you can live the way that God wants you to live. But, it's not about performance or perfection, but I was also so,
Girl,
I knew God could give visions. I just didn't realize how the enemy could also infiltrate that. So when I look back, I think about even just the understanding I had wasn't there. But this experience definitely has grown me a lot, I will say, and it really brought me closer to God, even though um, it was very challenging and very just the torment
okay. It's
I
it's only so
did.
much I can take.
But when he walked in the back, I was fearful of being seen. So I went to the back and he went to the front.
Oh, this sounds like this might be a good story.
And so the reason why like it doesn't have to appear demonic. That's I guess the main point. We He came through the back of the church, and I actually wanted to hide from him. So this mirrored me in real life, how I felt fearful of being like called out, or I was just anxious.
Girl,
I think also because all those years of being subscribed to him, I really did idolize him as well. That's why I say there were a lot of false idols in my life, and that was one of them, idolizing teachers or preachers. And so I did. But when he walked in the back, I was fearful of being seen. So I went to the back and he went to the front. And I'll say this too for context. This man had a history of lust, a past of lust. And so he was the type of man that he would talk about very openly on his channel, that he used to seduce women, he was a womanizer, and that was kind of one of the things he did in the past. So in this dream, and then as he was looking for his wife, because he would go on YouTube and he would talk about, I'm looking for my wife, whatever. So, but he would say he was meeting all these women and none of them were the right fit. And he was just seeking.
okay, yeah. We need a break. Um, Shout out to Isis. Isis has gifted 5 channel memberships. So let's make sure we are saying thank you to Isis for her generosity, for helping us to grow the community and the Moonstones over here. We appreciate you, Isis. I appreciate you. And this is just amazing. Yeah, I'm out here. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Um, but yes, welcome new members. Welcome new channel members. So yeah. Um, yeah, welcome channel members. Welcome back. If you were here before, and welcome back. We're all here together. We watching this train wreck together. We are watching this train wreck together. So we watching it together.
God about it. Um, and so I remember in this dream, once I walked to the back, there were all these women in front of me, like a crowd of them, like a sea. And I looked up and they parted like the Red Sea. I looked to my left and there was nobody. I looked to my right and there was nobody. So in my dream, all I could do was look up, and he was sitting. He was sitting right in front of me, down the center where the women had parted, and we locked eyes, and I woke up. And so I shared that dream. First of all, it wasn't from God, and knowing the title, we know that, but it wasn't from the Lord. But that's what I mean about things seeming to be of God, because that doesn't seem demonic. That doesn't seem like something that the devil would do. You think demonic dreams mean, oh, a spirit's attacking me, or oh, something is happening.
I am just I'm just in awe. I really am just in awe. I am just in awe.
like maybe physically against my body, or
Okay,
you
baby,
know,
get
saying it's
to it,
not
baby.
my anointing still, but it was starting to plant a seed. It was starting to plant a seed when he said you're anointed to be only with one man. And so that plays a part in a future video that I'll make.
Girl, just because you anointed to be with one man don't mean it's this man. That doesn't mean that. The delusions. The delusions. And you know, we hear it, you know, and we have seen, you know, people like Kitten Hills and all them say, like, listen, some women will see a man and he talks to them and she just has it in her mind, it's gonna be her man, it's gonna be her boyfriend, you know. This is the same thing. This is the same thing, the same levels of delusion. This is the same level of delusion. Wow. He not talking to you.
Probably part two or part three, but he was saying we were kindred spirits. And I remember just I like as I'm praying and asking the Lord, Lord, are you revealing to me that he's my spouse? I remember opening up to Proverbs 31. And and I will say during this time, honestly,
Kevin, did you say that? Kevin, did you call Proverbs? Come on and step forward. Kevin, did you call Proverbs? I thought you did, but I'm not sure. I don't remember. So this man out here saying, you know, oh, we're kindred spirits, and in her mind, I mean, it's gonna be your husband. Kevin, you're not out here trying to start no Jesus cult or anything like that, are you? Because Kevin sure called it. Kevin sure called it. Kevin sure called it. Listen, I ain't read enough of them to know that. Again, I'm not Christian, but Kevin sure did call it. So Kevin, you better not be out there enticing people with your biblical knowledge so that you can know them in the biblical way. Okay? Know them biblically. You better not be out there doing that, Kevin. Okay? We don't want to have to expose you. I'm just playing. But yeah, Kevin did call it. Kevin did call it. Kevin called it. Kevin called it. Okay, Kevin.
throughout a lot of it, I was trying not to be that person that just thought something that was false. So I was trying to be very skeptical and very cautious, but these seeds were getting planted one after the other. So I would just continue to watch his videos, and I had that dream, and I just felt like, but I also thought, you know what, maybe this is just kind of
Yeah, don't be out there laying no hands, Kevin. You know, anointing people with oil, Kevin. Don't be out there doing that. Okay? Don't be out there doing it. I know you know some things. Don't be out there doing it. Okay? Okay? Touching them with the spirit. Okay? Don't be touching them with the spirit. Okay? Don't be doing that, Kevin. But you know, I trust you. I trust you ain't gonna do that. But you know, I just gotta put that in there. Okay. I just gotta put that in there. Just gotta put that in there. I know you on the East Coast. I know you on the East Coast. You know, you might be in the Bible Belt. So, you know, you keep them anointing hands and then anointing oil to yourself. Okay. All right now. We want to make sure we right with Spurt. Okay. But uh getting back to it. So she out here watching these videos and she's creating the mountains of delusion in her head. So I just want to know, does the spiritual realm, does Christianity have a mammy mountain too? Because she's out here just creating the delusion in her head from these videos. What is the spiritual mammy mountain called? What is it called? Because this is the Lulu. This is the Lulu. You watching you watching these videos and just like, oh snap, they talking about me. Okay.
this isn't God. So I was in Michigan at the time. I grew up in Michigan, born and raised. So I also had my nursing degree. So I was
Not you with a whole scientific degree and you out here being Delulu. Someone take Donna's phone. Donna, it's your turn to go to the corner. Go to the corner, Donna. Go to the corner, baby. It's okay. I'm gonna need for you to I need for you to sign out for me right now. You know how they come touch your shoulder? Go ahead and log out for me right now, baby. So take Donna's phone. Donna gotta go to the corner right now. Okay.
actually applying for nursing jobs in Michigan, and I kept getting denied from them. In the meantime of me getting denied, I kept feeling like God wanted me to move to Florida, which this man, that's where he lives. So I kept hearing about Florida. It was on my spirit. I felt like I was supposed to move. I was also asking the
You in Michigan? Mm-mm. Uh-uh. You in Michigan? Okay, so it's called Mount Holy. Wait a minute. She in Michigan and she watching these videos. And you mean to tell me something tell you to go to Florida? Because you know Florida's the state. Listen, I love me some Miami. I love Tampa. I still want to go and live in Florida because I like the tropical weather. Okay, I like the tropical weather. It's close to the Caribbean. Okay, I'm a tropical Negro. That's where I'm supposed to be. But just overall, we all know that we about to boot and remove the state of Florida from the United States because of all that foolishness going on there. So you mean to tell me, with your nursing degree and everything like that, the spirit is making you think you're gonna move to Florida? This is what she's saying.
Lord to take me out of my parents' house because I wanted that freedom. I was in a household where I wanted to draw closer to the Lord, and that was true.
You couldn't draw closer to the Lord in your house with your parents? I know exactly what that meant. She wanted to get out her parents' house because the coochie butterflies were calling her name, and she knows she can't bust it wide open. Okay, in her parents' house. That's what that is. That's what that is. Okay. She was ready to create her Christian singles username. Okay. That's what that is. I know exactly what I'm listening to. Because according to her, she couldn't get close to the Lord in the house with her parents. Are your parents degenerates? Are they not Christians? Are they if if and if your parents aren't Christian, wouldn't you be the perfect one to start ministering to them to bring them over to God, to Jesus? If your parents weren't Christian, wouldn't you be the perfect person to start ministering to them? So you couldn't get closer to God. That's what you said in your parents' house. You couldn't do that there. But Florida, moving away from your parents, that's how you get closer to God, but also closer to the dick. Okay. 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 Make
In
it
an
make sense.
environment where it was just me and him.
Okay, let's stop and let's pause. Thank you so much, Sunray. You know I love you, girl, for gifting out 5 channel memberships. Thank you all to the Moonstones, everyone who gives freely, who likes to share, who likes to, just be kind. Thank you all for growing the channel memberships. Welcome to the Moonstones. Welcome to all the new Moonstones. Moonstones, if you're new, make sure you go back and read the latest members only post that I posted this morning because we're going to have some good times together, Patreon patrons and channel Moonstones next week. So make sure you go back and read those and look through my videos because there are certain videos that are just members only. So make sure you go back and look through that. But yeah, so once again, she couldn't get closer to God in her parents' house, but she get closer to God following this man in Florida. You supposed to go pat it. Go pat it. Go pat it. Let me tell you something. My husband worked overseas. My husband worked for the Department of Defense. Okay. When I had lost a bunch of weight in 2013, let me tell you, I was doing a lot of working out. Okay. I was doing a lot of working out because my husband, okay, worked for the Department of Defense and he had worked overseas. Okay. We had a lot of Skype dates, me and him, but I did a lot of working out. I had lost like 50 pounds. Okay. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Like, right, you gotta go pat. Go pat. So okay, let's listen to her. She moving across the country for that thing. Okay.
And I was ready to move out. I was 26 years old, 26 or 27, and I was ready to go. So that was happening, but I was also thinking, well, but maybe I'm supposed to stay in Michigan.
Okay, Journey with Corinne. Welcome back, girl. So yeah, so what happened was she got her whole nursing degree. She said she can't get closer to God living with her parents in Michigan. So she been listening to these kingdom marriage videos, prophetic word videos, and this man videos that she been watching. He live in Florida. So in her mind, she ready to go move to Florida. This is what you missed.
don't know. I'm having this dream. I'm starting to wonder if I do have a connection with this man, and he's saying things to me that are resonating. He said we're kindred spirits, and I feel like I can relate to a lot of what he said. Granted, I followed him for so many years, so but but I still was wondering. I just knew that I definitely wanted to move. So I kept getting denied from jobs, and I remember just feeling so defeated in that, but also almost encouraged, like, okay, so maybe I'm not supposed to be in Michigan. Maybe I'm not supposed to be here. And so I just remember, I think it was December or the beginning of December, I looked up nursing jobs in America, and South Florida was the first job that popped up. In fact, it was West Palm Beach, which I remember he had mentioned that city before. So I immediately thought, wait a minute.
Yo, wait. She heard this man mention West Palm Beach. So the first job in West Palm Beach, she heard him mention it. So she like, oh yeah, this good. Y'all, y'all, what? What? I'm like, Nesto now. What? Wow. What? Oh my God. And still blaming it on the kingdom spouse, kingdom marriage. Y'all. Yeah, go ahead and take your leave or whatever it is. Like I said, if some of y'all partake of the herbal medicinals, go and take. I wish I had one. Um, I wish I had one of the little peachy mango ones that kind of relax you before. I need one now. I need one. We gotta order some because baby, what? Yeah, for fuck's sake, you have to be shitting me. Dang right. Rockin' Robin says, like Nyla says, dangling on dumb, cruising on crazy, and stuck on stupid. Right. She said he was like a player, or he had a prawn. He had an issue with prawn or something like that. Girl, Dasha, girl, she watching these videos. She watching videos. She is watching videos on wherever she watching the videos at. And this is what she decided to do. You have to be. Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? Wow, baby, this don't look good. Oh my God. Okay. Let's continue. And I don't mean to laugh at her, but this is comical. This is comical.
minute. At the very least, God must want me in Florida. And
First of all, you're supposed to get on YouTube and say, don't listen to this stuff. This is deception. I don't think you're supposed to be telling people or advising to people how and I say this as kindly as I can. I don't think you're supposed to be letting people know how dumb you are. Because this is just ammo for someone another someone who likes to take advantage of people can see this, and if they want to target you, they can. If they want to target you, they can. You're supposed to say this stuff is deception, don't do this. So we went from one girl flying out to California, not hearing anything for 2 years. Now we have this lady right here who's saying, she looking at jobs in Florida because she was watching these YouTube videos. Okay. You're not you're not supposed to show people your weakness. This is weak. This is I don't know. I don't know. Right. Could have been AI. Mm-hmm. Y'all. Okay. Let's continue.
so I started to wonder if it was associated with the dream. So that being said, I applied for the job, and the job kept saying, well, when are you going to be in Florida? When are you going to be down here? So I thought, okay, in faith, I'm going to apply to an apartment. I am just going to apply in faith. I have a savings account. I could cover a year without work. At the time I had money in my savings, so I could do that. So in faith, I said, you know what? I'm going to apply to this apartment. I'm going to do this. And so I did.
All for watching some videos.
And I had the application for the apartment first. So when they contacted me, they said, "Oh, it's okay that you don't have an income yet. At least you have a savings," because I had to send them my bank account just to prove that I did have the savings. So they said that was okay. They were totally fine with it. And then about a week or so later, maybe 2 weeks, I got an email from them saying I was denied. So I was really upset. I was really
Okay, so here's where discernment comes in. Okay, and these are her ancestors or whoever it is. This is the real discernment. You have no job trying to go to Georgia. I mean, you have no job trying to go to Florida. You'd apply for this apartment, and now you're not getting the apartment. Baby, that means stay your ass right there. Stay your ass right there. Just like, we're looking at the real spiritual sign, just like with the other lady, right? She was supposed to be going on a date with dude, and she driving, right? The who the fuck did I marry lady? She's supposed to be going on a date to meet dude, and she gets a flat in her tire. Baby, that was the sign right there. Don't go. This one right here, the true sign of stay your ass where you at is you going to Florida without a job, and the apartment that you applied for denied you. That means stay your ass right there.
really uh but again, I had the interview for the job. So the interview, I think it was about a 3-week wait. It was actually a phone call. I didn't have to move, or I didn't have to fly down here. So I remember I interviewed with the lady that was at the hospital, and I felt like it was okay. It wasn't the best interview I've ever done, but it wasn't the worst. But at the very least, I thought I would hear back from them, because the jobs in Michigan sent me a letter saying you're not approved, or like they would tell me these things. And so I just figured that was going to happen. So I reached out to her. At least I emailed her twice, and they never got back to me. So at this point, we're now into January of 2022, and I have not heard from the job, and I have not and then the apartment rejected me. So at this point, I'm thinking, okay, maybe none of this was God. I just want to do what the Lord wants me to do, which was always true, even though these seeds were getting planted of deception and I was, being pulled in the wrong direction, even to who my spouse was. My heart was still for the Lord, and I just wanted to do what I was supposed to. So I was sitting in my room. I was definitely feeling depressed, though. I was definitely feeling discouraged because I didn't understand why literally nothing was working. No doors were opening, and I wanted to move so badly. Um,
She wanted to move so badly. Okay. Desperation will arise in your life, but you can do something about it. Listen, don't be out here on this. I'm telling y'all, desperation will have you like, desperation will tear your ass up. It will tear you up.
and I just remember uh, it was right in my room where I got a phone call from the apartment, and the apartment said, "Hey, the lady that left the voicemail said, it looks like you're supposed to move in tomorrow, but you haven't signed the paperwork yet." So I called her or I emailed her or we contacted her and I just said, oh, I got this letter of rejection last month. She said, oh, it was a mistake. So and so went on vacation. They forgot to tell you, or we forgot to let you know that you were on the schedule the entire time to move to that apartment. So I still debated if
Let me also say this. Let me also say this. I don't know if you all remember like the housing bubble, right? This housing bubble, banks approving people for mortgages that they knew that they couldn't afford. This is the same thing. You have no income. Yes, you have savings, but anything can happen, right? That's just not smart, right? There is no like with us, right? We moved out here to California, but there was no way without, because you still have to spend money to move. Moving is not free. Moving, she did a cross country move just like we did. Moving is not free. It's not free. So I don't know, maybe her parents support her. I don't know. But that's just not, you should really have, just from an adulting experience, you should really have, and we had money, we such and such, we had a whole plan, right? But baby, this ain't it. Yeah, we're gonna have to go and get into part two. Cause and once we get through part two, then that's gonna be the end of this. But yeah, baby. This right here is foolishness.
it was the Lord or not. And I'm going to end this video here, but I will continue in part two what ends up happening. Um, but this is the part where I still was like, oh, I don't.
Yeah, Kevin, she did. He had like an issue with like prawn or like multiple. It was some type of sexual foolishness. And this is the man that she. Okay, but yeah, no, you're right, Kevin. He did say that, according to her.
Don't know if this is the Lord. And I also say quickly for more context that this man on YouTube was also coming on live and saying in the midst of his teachings that he met another woman. He thinks she's the one. And then I would never hear about her again. And then he would go live again and there was another woman. Then there was two. Then he was like making decisions. And so I'll end it with that as well with context. So I was also very like back and forth.
Yeah, absolutely, Sunray. Absolutely, Sunray. You have a whole plan. You have a whole plan. You have some type of money. You have some support, and the moving expenses were paid from the company. But there are expenses to moving across country. There are expenses to moving across country. Expenses. Okay. You just not up like, yeah, I'm gonna move across country. Not unless you live in a cardboard box. But when you have a house and an established life, no, baby, you have some yeah. I see what you did here, Lilith. So Donna, Donna, you can come back. It's time for Lilith to go to the corner. It's time for Lilith to go to the corner. Okay. Donna, you're free from the corner. Lilith, it's time for you to go to the corner because I see what you did here. Okay.
Forth with the dream and even what he had said in his lives to me, because I felt like, okay, now he's met the one, now he hasn't met the one, now there's this one. And so that caused a lot of double-mindedness, which is not of the Lord. And I also want to say this too. Of course, that's a red flag, because when you're walking with the Lord, it's not, oh, I have all these options. Oh, I don't know. I think it's her. Now I have these two. And I'm kind of like, no, because it's God, is this the woman I should pursue? Number one, right? And as
But you following this man? Oh my God, I am windmilling right now. She looking at this man after he said he was a sexual deviant, and now that he mentioned other women, now you starting to look at him sideways? What the hell is going on? What the hell is going on? I can't.
a woman, for us, Lord, is this a man that I should let pursue me? But you don't need to have all these different options, and you can't tell a woman from a wife, or just sharing all that online, I think. But also that in a way should have been the red flag. But I had idolized this man, and so I just believe that, okay, he's just got a lot of options, he's got a lot of women after him, he's just maybe unsure. And I didn't really.
If that ain't some, is that kitten heels? Yes, I don't know. The Delulu, the Delulu, the Delulu.
Think deeper about it, about how that's even concerning, that does he need to share all that online? Does he need to share that information? But the fact that he's doing that, it does reflect where he's at in that area, that he's balancing different women and uncertain and saying, not this one, not that one, I think it's that one. And that's showing a lack of stability in him. So, and a lack of intention, and even just sharing all that. So, because it was away from the teaching. Granted, we talk about our personal lives, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but him sharing that should have been a red flag for me. But I just really thought that he was looking for his wife, and he just was interviewing a lot of women or something. I don't know. He had a lot of prospects, I guess.
Interviewing a lot of women. He's interviewing women now. He's interviewing women. You know what that sounds like? Who was that? Was that Mitt Romney? When was that? Was that which presidential election was that? Where he said he had the binders of women? So when you need a woman to step up for a position, you just go to the binders of women. I'm showing my age here. So is this what this is? Just binders of women? You're just interviewing? I mean, but if he's interviewing women, that goes back to the wife is a helpmate. Might as well be a damn employee, according to them. So yeah, so now he's interviewing binders of women. Okay. He's interviewing. Okay. This video is 30 minutes, 50 seconds. We're at 30 minutes, 1 second. Okay, listen. She has a part two. I don't even know if I want to go into that, because y'all let me know if y'all want to go into that. If y'all want to go into that, we'll roll with it. If y'all don't want to go into it, or if you want to save it for another day, we can do that. So yeah, put a 1 in the chat if you want to continue with part 2. Put a 2 in the chat if you want me to come back tomorrow and view her part 2. Put a 3 in the chat if you just done with all this foolishness overall. So y'all let me know what y'all want to do. Not penicillin Pamela. Dimples, it's your turn to go to the corner. Okay, it's it's looking like it's just a couple more number ones than number twos. Lilith said, let's finish this shit show. Isis says number one, because I'm not doing this again. Okay. The Robert's Rules of Orders, the ones have it. Not Sunray say y'all are entertained. Okay. We're gonna go to part two. We're gonna go to part two. Kevin said no more. I'm sorry, Kevin. The ones have it. The ones have it. Okay, we're gonna go to part two. We're gonna hear this foolishness. This might as well be bad for who the fuck did I who the fuck did I marry except for she ain't marrying nobody. So okay. Journey with Corinne, you say that you're a little lost. Okay, so this woman is saying that she's trying to show that the kingdom spouse, kingdom marriage movement is a false movement because she was deceived by watching all these videos about kingdom marriage, kingdom spouse. She convinced herself that this man that she's watching on the internet might be her kingdom spouse. Okay, and kingdom spouse is nothing but the new twin flame soulmate foolishness. That's all it is. Okay. Does that help Journey with Corinne? Okay, so the first chick that we saw, she was holding out for her kingdom spouse for 2 years after this man never contacted her. Okay. This person here that we're watching right now, she was watching some videos online and saw this man and was like, "Oh, snap." After watching all these kingdom spouse videos, she saw this man online and he's like, "Okay, he could potentially be my kingdom spouse." She lived in Michigan and trying to move to Florida for this man. Okay, moving across country for this man to Florida into an apartment, and she has no job. She has savings, but she has no job. No, she was not held hostage. She was just watching the video. She was not deceived. She was watching the videos, but because she was dumb and did not practice discernment, there's always a lack of accountability. So she wants to blame it on that. Yeah, some man on the internet who had these videos. So yeah. So I need to step away just for a moment. I will be right back, but let me queue up part two so we can get to part two. So I'm going to queue
Hi, and welcome back
up
to
and I'm going to step away for just a moment. I'll be right back. All right, my darlings, I am back. Not y'all giving her names. New name is BV Betty. Stop. 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 Okay, deceive. No, she wasn't held hostage. Yep, it's not smart at all. No, she's just an idiot, right? Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Now BV Betty. Okay, let's get into this. Yep, this is already has gone too far. They are girl, they parched. Okay, they are not even dehydrated. Okay, D is for dummy. D is for discernment. D is for dumb, digmatized. D is also for desecrated. D is for being desiccated, because they're past thirsty, they're past dehydrated, they are desiccated. Okay, so let's get into it. Yeah, right. They need some, right. They need some nutrients. Okay, they need nutrients. Okay, you need to. Lilith said they need to go and get the rose. Okay, go on and pack that thing. Go and get the rose, because they really are here digmatized, and the delusion that they're living in. Yeah, yeah. So let's get into part two.
Channel Warrior Women Set on Fire. This is
Oh no, I didn't even know this name of her channel. Warrior Women Set on Fire. They out here fighting for the D. They are fighting for the D. These are warrior women set on fire, and they are fighting for the D. Fighting for the D. Warrior women set on fire. Okay, baby.
this woman in the years following his divorce as he's trying to find a wife, and that's those years. So
Okay, let's go back. We can hear the backstory real quick.
I believed him to be a man of reasons why I did wait for so long, despite the torment and the anguish and the weariness and just everything that was going on, and even the pain of waiting.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
There's a different kind of pain when you're
Wait a
waiting.
minute. Wait a minute. She has more. She has a part 3 and a part 4. Oh no, no, no. Okay, we may have to stop, because we may have to stop. We may have to stop. Look at these people talking about, I fell into this trap. I'm glad to see more people speaking out about this. Listen, this is just the women. Y'all are Delulu. Uh-uh. Not somebody saying maybe he's a vehicle to get you to Florida for different purposes. Ain't this the same foolishness that infamous Sylvia was saying? Well, maybe God sent someone else's husband to it. If God is sending you through this type of foolishness with this sexual deviant to get you to Florida, there are easier ways to get you to Florida. A job, if God wants you to be in Florida, God could tell you like, hey, this job we have seen you have you have a great nursing academic career. We'd like to offer you a position with such and such hospital. That's how you would get to Florida. That's how you would get to, not this foolishness. Not this foolishness. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Come on. Maybe he's a vehicle to get you to Florida for a different purpose. My word. I need some more water. I am all out of water. The torment. Okay, somebody asking what's her Christian belief system. Okay. Yeah. Somebody said, yeah, he would have solely been focused on you, not all these other women. This is not the same as your husband coming back. Listen, she about to they might be tearing her ass up in the comments. I'm sorry, I gotta go to part 3 and see if they tearing up in the comments. I gotta go. Okay, yeah, he uses as a front to meet women. Okay. Somebody else said, I totally went through a situation with monitoring spirits and a man who told me that God told him I was his wife. See, that's what I'm saying. People who are looking for targets know exactly what to say to the target. He had a lying spirit. You believe that this, just as dumb as these women who meet a man and they just be like, oh, I want you to have my baby. Baby, where? This is just as dumb as that. Somebody said that I just stumbled here and listened for a couple of minutes. So many red flags are. You damn right there are red flags. This is the flag factory. Oh my God. I can't. Wow. Wow. Here we go again. God protected you. That man was married before, and it would not be biblical for him to get remarried if his first wife is still alive. Uh-huh. See, this is that foolishness right there. He will be causing you to commit adultery with him according to scripture. That whole, remember the Church of England had that you can't get remarried if your spouse that you divorced is still alive. Like, okay. Yeah, okay. I don't know. I thought it was just part two. Mm, I don't know if I'm ready for part three and part four. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat because I had to go look. Um yeah, something is wrong. Yeah, I'm about to come to the corner with y'all. Yeah. Yeah, there's more. Kevin screaming no. Listen, yeah, there is more. This is part three and a part four. No, part three. Okay, so part two is 38 minutes. Part three is 47 minutes. Part four is an hour long. Listen, I ain't got that much time for that. I ain't got that much time for that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Um, okay, Lilith said, let's just speak. Okay, part four. Part one should have been enough. The comments let her have it. Some people are telling her she dumb. Okay, listen. Okay, we're gonna have to come to some type of consensus here. Because I see a lot of things happening in the chat. Okay. Because part three is the prodigal spouse lie, which is 47 minutes, which means it's gonna take us an hour and a half to get through that. And then part four is an hour long. And she said freedom from kingdom spouse deception. Y'all tell me what y'all want to do in the comments. If y'all want to come back tomorrow, maybe we should come back tomorrow. Well, no, I can't come back tomorrow because I'm getting crab legs tomorrow. Ha ha ha. Mr. Hoodoo and I are going to get crab legs tomorrow. Let's figure out what we're gonna do. Okay, skip to the last 15 minutes of part four. Drop a poll in the chat. Okay, yeah, let me go make a poll. Let me go make a poll. Let me do that. So, let me go do that. Let me make a poll. You're right. You're right. Let me make a poll. Let me make a poll. Okay, so let me get it together. I'm making a poll because this is too much. This is too much. Yeah, this is too much. Yeah, this is a lot. This is a lot. Yeah, let me let me start a poll. Okay, poll. Okay, I'm creating a poll. I need to add some options. I can come back tomorrow, like evening. All right. No, I've never been so stressed. Um, okay. Okay. So here's the poll. Uh, so go ahead and get your poll on. Listen, this is foolishness. Kevin said he need a break. Kevin said he need a break. Kevin said he needs a break. So go ahead and vote in the poll, babies. Whoo, child. I need to get some more water. While y'all vote, let me pour myself some more water, and then we're gonna get to whatever the winning choice is. I need some water. Like this is too much. Whoo, child. Okay. Let me all right. Let me see what y'all are talking about. Because I know we've been here for a while. Yeah, I got some more water. Stay hydrated, my friends. Okay, let me look and see what y'all are saying here because this is a lot. Let's see. Okay, everybody make sure they vote. It's 41 people watching. So, I should see more votes. Okay, so what I'm seeing is 8% says last 15 minutes. Okay, y'all still voting. Okay, come on now. I know some people have to go, but go on and cast your vote. This is foolishness. This is foolishness. Okay, yeah. Oh, we may have to. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to hurry up and finish up because phone calls from prison is about to have a premiere, and I gotta be over there for that foolishness too. So that means okay. Okay. All right, cool. So yeah, they really don't want to see. Okay, what we're gonna do is it's going to be 15 minutes of part 3 and the last 15 minutes of part 4. So let's hurry up and get through that. So okay. So that's the winner. And let me close this out. Okay. That's because that's what won. Okay. 15 minutes. Okay. All right. Let me go on and let me close this tab here. Okay. 15 minutes of part 3. Okay. Let's get into the last 15 minutes of part 3 and then 15 minutes of part 4 because I want to jump over there for phone calls from prison too. We've been through a lot.
Hello.
So let me go ahead and drag this thing. Okay. Uh, so let's go about so we can try to hurry up and get through this. About here. So let's see. Let's see if she's talking any better.
A dream. I explained the dream to her, and I didn't even say how I knew him or anything. I pretty much just told her the dream. And I said, this person, the women parted like the Red Sea. I made eye contact with this person, and that was it. So she said, that's your husband, and it was not. We know that now. But so I was encouraged. But the months kept passing. I kept hearing prodigal spouse. Prodigal spouse never showed up. I stopped praying for him every night because it was causing me torment and anguish. And I was like, I can't keep fighting for somebody who's not here. This is awful. Um, and waking up every day waiting for someone to call is a horrible feeling. I wish that on nobody. And looking back, of course, but we go through things in life for a reason, and they do sharpen us. So it's not like
So she got other dumb people around her who didn't know better, waiting for this man, who got all these other hoes around him, waiting for this man, and this woman is telling you this your husband, but he ain't contacted you, and y'all ain't moving forward. He ain't made no move. Okay, so you dumb and your friends dumb too. Whoever you were in concert with, they just as dumb as you. Continue.
it was the end of everything that I went through that. But it definitely, I learned a lot in the pain that I went through. So months are passing by. I keep thinking, okay, maybe November. Okay. And then I remember finding a video, I think this was on TikTok, of somebody saying in the month of December, um, you're going to be reunited with your spouse. And I remember asking the Lord,
How you gonna be reunited to a spouse that was never yours? You weren't married to this man. This wasn't your spouse to begin with. And this is the problem with, like, listen, I do sometimes general readings and stuff like that, but all my people know, if you want the energy to be true for you, we need to be having a one-on-one thing. We need to be having a one-on-one thing, not this foolishness here. On TikTok, that place is a cesspool. Okay.
and I thought God told me December personally, right? This is where I'm saying you've got to let down idols. You've got to just get real. And I was very much, I wanted this to be true. December rolled around. Christmas came and went. I did not go home to Michigan to see my family. I was down here by myself crying throughout the house.
So you in this state, you didn't go home to your family? You didn't go home to your family? And you down there crying over a spouse, a man that was not. See, spouse means that's the person that you're married to. Your spouse can't return to you if you were never married. This is that bullshit. But she stayed down there by herself in Florida, crying when you could be at home, at least loving it up with your family. Girl, bye.
Holidays, even throughout Thanksgiving, because I felt alone. I had my church family, I had friends, but everybody's pretty much busy during the holidays. And I just kept thinking this man was going to show up. I thought for sure, if not Thanksgiving, God would have us at least reunite during Christmas. And so I cried. I was very, I don't even know if I can express in words the pain that was. So I still thought that this man was going to show up. And I'm probably skipping other details as to why I was still so strong in this. I will say at one point I heard a prophetic video, false prophetic video of this woman. And this woman has over 100,000 subscribers. And that just tells you, people like to hear what they want to hear. She just says whatever makes you feel good. But she posted a video one time. And in this video, she said, "Oh, I see that you moved from Michigan to Florida and that your husband was helping you pack." And then at one point she said that, "Oh, this man that's your spouse had a lot of options and he ended up getting greedy and going after all the other options but missing you, missing the one that he's supposed to be with, and that God was going to turn it around." I have to share this because at the end of the day, this is how it sounds. It sounds like it could be true. It sounds like that could be applicable, even though it wasn't, right? They were all lies. And so that's why I don't look at prophets and prophetic words the same way, because of what I went through. I believe in it. I believe that God can give prophetic words. I believe he does. And I believe he can to you personally. But we have to be careful. We just do. And there's so many people that want to tell you what you want to hear, and sometimes you want to hear what you want to hear. So all these things, right? Even the people around me saying things and me thinking, the pastor's wife, and it just wasn't accurate. It didn't happen. um so December came and went. My lease was ending January 17th. Now back in October, because you have to give a notice before your lease ends that you're not going to stay there. So October, I actually decided in faith that God was going to bring this man into my life and we were going to get married, and I wasn't going to have to be on my own anymore. So I, in faith, ended the agreement for the next year. So that was already in place. I remember crying and I was like, my savings are running out. I still don't have a job, but I think God just wants me to be a wife. And I think that God's going to put this together. And I know how it sounds, but I had been through a lot and I had heard a lot. And there was a lot of reasons why, despite everything, I still believed. You know, God gives us gifts. I know I have the gift of faith, but it was not in the right place during that season. And I stood on that faith. I remember in December, I believe God said to me, be still and know that I am God, because I said, Lord, I don't have a job. My lease is ending and this man hasn't shown up.
You moved down there without a job, spending your savings on this apartment for this man who don't want you. The math
And I
is not
believe that's what
mathing.
God said to me. But I took it literal and I was still and I did nothing. And then a woman approached me at a Bible study and she said to me, you asked the Lord a question. And the answer is, be still and know that I am God. So I took that as confirmation that I wasn't supposed to do anything. At this point, I had two people in my life telling me that I should get a job, that I need to look for a place, I shouldn't just wait. And I think that was the warning. But I didn't receive it because I thought, no, he's coming back. This man is coming back in my life. And that's it. So January 17th of this year, my lease ended. I packed up everything. I drove to an empty parking lot and I broke down because I had nowhere to go. I was homeless and this man had never shown up. And that's where I'm going to end this video. I did kind of still, I mean, a lot of months passed by. I had to skim over.
So now you homeless. Now you're homeless. I really don't mean to laugh, but I don't mean to laugh because listen, uh, I'm not homeless. I've never been homeless. I don't wish homelessness on anyone. I do not. But this could have been avoided. This could have been avoided. This isn't, you lost your job and you spent all your, this you had money and a place to live with your parents. You went dilly-dallying for dick, okay? Making foolish decisions, right? And you know what's so messed up? What's so messed up was, I think it was either yesterday or the other day, I saw a post on Reddit and there was a woman asking, why do men think that women are dumb? I literally saw a post on Reddit where a woman asked, why do men think so little of women? Why do men think that women are dumb? It's because of things like this. They know that a lot of women are desperate for D and will do some of anything. And this right here proves it.
Over a lot of details. I am writing a book about this, but I wanted to share as much as I could in the most concise way possible, just even for the testimony of what God, God brought me through a lot. He brought me through a whole lot. And, all in that period,
Like you didn't tell your parents? Like, hey, family, I'm out here. I really need some help. I'm homeless. I'm pretty sure your family would have done something, gotten you a ticket and, a ticket back to Michigan, and we'll figure out the car and clothes situation later, but let's just get you home. I'm pretty sure if your parents loved you, okay, because when my father was still, I could right now, okay, right now, if something were to ever happen to me in my husband's marriage, I know I could go home, okay, live in my father's house, go live with my mom, I know that there are still family, you know what I'm saying? But she didn't even tell her. I mean, we don't know if she told her family, but ma'am, you sitting there crying, girl, you're supposed to be calling for help. Help.
Still sought him. I might have been distracted at times. I might have still had idols in my life that I needed to tear down. I was deceived, but I sought God. My heart was to seek the Lord despite all those things. And I know God saw that. And I know God looks at the heart. And the same is true for you. God looks at your heart. God looks at your intentions. And whatever you do, if you steer in the wrong direction, God will pull you back and he will turn it around for your good. And I'm sharing this as a testimony, not as something to say, woe is me, not to say, oh, I'm just this victim. No, but I was deceived by the enemy. The enemy had me, and I didn't even
No,
know it in that
no,
area. And so here I
no,
am,
no.
January 17th, 2023, homeless, sobbing in a car, didn't know what to do. And that's where I'm going to end this video.
Okay, so let's go to part 4, the last part 4, because that was January. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Okay. Last 15 minutes. Last 15 minutes. So we're gonna go about here. Mel, I offer you tacos. Okay, to restore your soul while we watch this foolishness.
And I found that name, and I had the staff behind me that I bought last year. It's a prophetic staff, and it's I bought it, and it has fire on it as well. But it's a prophetic staff that stands for double the fire, double the oil. So how perfect. Everything just kind of came together, and I felt so like I had clarity even with the ministry. And I believe that year or so that I was doing the other one, that was like me getting used to being on camera, me getting familiar with it. And so I don't think any of that was wasted either. But I feel like God is he's doing a new thing, and he's doing a new thing on this channel and in my life. So um he turns everything around, and I feel so much more grounded now in this area of ministry. So and I have more clarity and just so much freedom. So yeah, it was another challenge to, process, and also a challenge in learning how to let go, because I was trying to think back to all those years I was subscribed to him, and I was just thinking like, but he seems so godly. And then he taught about repenting of sin, and he would talk about, really walking with God and all these things, and I would just think, but he did have that area of lust, and he did talk about committing adultery, but at the same time we're all sinners. We were all once enemies of God, so I didn't hold those things against him. And I just really but I
Enemies of God? Since when? Since when? Can we get a Delulu channel emoji? Yes. I will make a delusional channel emoji. I will make one. I was either thinking delusional or like taking the L, or just putting like a L for take the L. It's your L. So either delusional or L, one of those I will make for the channel. I sure will. I sure will. Mhm.
did idolize him, and so that was the main thing. But at some point in that process of healing, of letting go, I ended up saying a prayer, one last prayer for him, for his future wife. I released it. I just spoke a blessing over them, and I pray that God really does reach that man's heart in the areas that he needs pruning in. And if he needs a full heart turn, because I don't know his heart, only God does. I just prayed, I released it, and it's in God's hands. It's no longer, and it's never my job or any of our jobs to figure out someone else's walk or try to go back and sort through every detail. Sometimes it's like, you know what, I have to let go, because there's no way I'm going to understand it and try to figure all of it out. All I know is that I've been set free. I have a new level of discernment. I have a new level of just clarity.
She at bottom level. This is bottom level discernment. Um, I think she was at -1. She might be at level 0, but discernment is not within you. I really hope she learned from this. So she's probably at level 0 or level 1 with discernment. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
My relationship with the Lord now is so much sweeter and so much purer because that isn't in the way anymore, and the enemy can't use that to kind of hold it over my head.
Girl, this ain't no enemy. This ain't no enemy.
Like
We getting past this foolishness.
People there, and but now I'm at a new church with some friends that I met from that church who have actually shifted over as well. So
Okay, so y'all leaving the one church where they was telling you dumb shit, and now you at the new church. Okay, okay, good, good, good. You gotta come out from dumb people. Okay, good.
New church, new living space, and I also got a new job. I work as a
I'm so happy you got a job, girl. I am so happy you got a job.
school nurse now, and I love it. I'm working with kids, and I'm able to interact with them more, and talk with them, and just pray over them. It's a beautiful thing.
Wait a minute. Are these the children of the church? Don't be praying over people, kids. We don't know you.
So, and I actually love this job. I thought I would never like anything. I mean, because when I thought nursing, I thought hospital. And I just didn't really know if I would ever actually like that because I didn't like the environment. I just never liked working in that type of place. But as a school nurse, and this job came out of nowhere. It literally, it was nothing I had to cry for, or I felt like I had to beg for. It just
Thank you. This is how you know when it's real. You ain't got to cry. You ain't got to beg. Okay? It comes to you. It's effortless. It's easy. This is why I'm saying her ass wasn't supposed to be down there in Florida in the first place. In the first place. What was meant for her came to her. And it came to her after she stopped what? Being desperate for dick.
showed up, which is a whole other testimony. And this video's gone on almost an hour, so I'll just say that it was the easiest experience getting this job. It was nothing like the last one where I was crying and I was confused, just like the dream. Like, God, why are you withholding this from me? It was nothing like that.
Let me go look through the comments real quick because let me see what they're saying. Oh, she making a book. Okay, so she writing a book. Somebody said, I heard God say that your book, once published, will be a bestseller. Okay, so she writing a book. Okay. I swear, I need to get me a hustle. I need to get me a hustle. She out here writing a book. Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now I'm glad I found you at the age of 58. Don't do that. She gonna be fantasizing. Okay, okay, that's enough. That's enough. I'm glad she got a job. I'm glad she got a job. So I'm glad she got a job, baby. I'm glad she got one. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Somebody get Mel some food. He needs some tacos. Yeah. Um. Yeah. I wish I could hold character for that long. Don't read the book. Spend the money on tacos. She writing a book about her testimony. So okay. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. She writing a book. Yeah, it's gonna be a nice paperweight. They gonna be wasting the trees for that foolishness. Yeah, Kevin said, "Thank God it's over." Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so yeah, that was a lot. That was a lot. That was a lot. Like we see, people in their levels of accountability. They still run from it. They run from accountability, even though A is the first letter of the alphabet. But okay. They run from accountability. We got this Jesus marriage, kingdom, spouse foolishness out here that people are slinging around like soulmates, like twin flames. The energy of this shit this is all bad. This is all bad. This is bad. This is, like I said, I had never heard of kingdom spouse before. Kingdom spouse, kingdom marriage, it's not for me. I'm not Christian. But baby, this was a lot. This was a lot. Um don't charge me. Don't charge me. Yeah, this was a lot. This was a lot. So, I don't know, booze. I don't know, but this was a lot. But yeah, so we have pulled back the layers of kingdom marriage, kingdom foolishness. We see that it is still steeped in woman obey, because marriage is not a contract, it's a covenant. Okay, and ladies, you still supposed to obey and follow this man if he ain't doing nothing, because that's his role, right? It don't matter what he doing, that's his role. Because you gonna be out here blocking your blessings, from the angels, if you're not listening to this man who ain't doing right. So we got that side of kingdom marriage, kingdom spouse, kingdom wife, and then we got the energetics of the soul ties. Okay, because I don't know if y'all saw that before. Let me pull this up, the picture from to show you. Like I said, let me show you this right here. That they talking about soul ties and all this other foolishness going along with it, right? This is what they're talking about. 11 signs you have met the one, kingdom spouse, divine life, partner, soulmate, healed twin flame. So this is what they're aligning this with. And this is what is catching a lot of women up, because it's not men falling for this. It's it's women. Yeah, it's women. But as we can see why, because they out here moving across country for people who are not their husbands, not even their fiance. I can even see fiance, husband, you move. But you out here moving across country for some man on YouTube. We had the other chick, during the pepperoni being delusional. Okay. Flying out to meet some man that she just met after that she's only known for 2 weeks, and then waiting for him for 2 years. This is the delusional foolishness. So if you see this, make sure you let people know what this shit really is, because this is not good. And again, I want y'all to be protected. I want y'all to have your eyes open. I want y'all to have y'all eyes open. Okay. Yeah, we got to cleanse ourselves. Okay. So yeah, charge denied. Okay. So girl, I don't know. You're not supposed to be going through hell like this for blessings. That's just how I see it. But yeah, so this is exactly why. This is exactly why. So yeah, we don't know her. Yeah, these all of this shit. But yeah, you can go ahead and look on YouTube yourself, Kingdom Marriage, and you'll see all the foolishness. Kingdom Marriage, Kingdom Spouse, hashtag prophetic word, hashtag prodigal husband, whatever. Okay, so that's it. That's all. I need a break. I may or may not be back later, but probably not. We'll see what we can get into tomorrow. We'll see what we can get into tomorrow. And let's go on ahead on over the phone call from prison and go kiki over there. So I love you all. Thank you all so much for rocking with me for 3.5 hours. Like this video, share this video, tell your people to support me. Just show somebody this who needs to see it for real. I love you, Channel Moonstones. I love you, Patreon patrons. Thank you, subs. I love y'all. Let's go decompress. Get your edible, your cigarettes, your shot glass, your water, whatever you need. Get Mel some tacos, and I will see you all later. Bye, my loves.